I've been saying for ages, I still want to do a live podcast. I still want to.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fucking great. I think
Yeah.
it'd be really fun.
Peeps.
Yeah, Pew
Like-
Peeps. Yeah, live podcast at Pew Peeps. I think that'd be
Yes.
sick.
April of 2024.
And also maybe live podcast at SHOT Show in front of the ATF booth.
Yes. Yes.
Dude.
Can we all just? I mean, oh god, can we all please just dress like David Koresh?
Yes.
Da-
Oh my
all
god,
right.
yes.
Fancy dress, either David Koresh or a dog.
Yeah. you guys both wearing blue jeans, a blue button-up shirt, a mullet, and like those big fucking glasses, and I'm just wearing
glasses?
I'm just wearing like puppy ears, and my nose is painted, and I just stare at them with like clenching every muscle in my body as hard as I can.
Just hyperventilating.
The entire time.
You're listening to the Art and War Schizocast with your hosts, Nathan and Lucas. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator and shooter with a couple years of military experience. Lucas is an Irish tech journalist and entrepreneur. Together, they shout into the online void. Enjoy the show.
Oh, who lives on a pineapple under the sea?
Copyright infringement.
Turn off that part.
Yeah, I'm reading on how to make our own Midjourney server right now. It actually doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. Like,
this is some autistic shit I could definitely set up, but I love doing shit like that.
Okay, in that case, we're going to figure that out later. Hello, we haven't done a Schizocast in a hot minute. So we're all here now. Lucas is like 8 hours ahead of me time zone wise, so it just hasn't lined up properly. And I've been like the least online that I've possibly been in my entire life over these last couple of weeks. But I'm in America now, so hello everyone.
You're just doing Idaho things.
It's funny, I have to make a constant trade-off between sleeping at normal hours and like operating like a human, or staying up late and actually being like getting shit done but feeling like I'm gonna die all the time. Like those are literally always my options due to this fucking time zone.
You feel like you're really nailing kind of do you feel like you're in your Sigma grind set right now? You really hit that stride?
Yeah, I don't fucking sleep. I just work all the fucking time, but it's great.
If your circles, it doesn't feel like they're dying.
And then I've got a team that works for me that start work from between 7:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. So I have alarms set to wake up at like 8 a.m. and be like, "What are you doing?" And then I just go back and sleep.
That sounds like my old manager, except they were in the same time zone. So Nathan, the cleanup before we jump into anything too autistic. How did that go?
Oh, yes. It went very well. I realized kind of, and this is like tangentially related because this happened multiple times at the cleanup. First, thank you fucking everyone for showing up. The turnout for having 48 hours of notice in the middle of like rural buttfuck Idaho was insane. Crazy humbling. Mad thanks to Nuts of the Helmet Scrim boys from Montreal. Advanced Warfighting Solutions, AWS, for contributing, and G9 Ammo, the Solid Copper Hollow Point boys from Idaho, for making it possible, because holy shit, people showed up. We filled 40 trash bags full of shit, and
Damn.
Yeah, no, it
awesome.
was, and I think that like people should do that, like treat nature well. This is just like a public access gravel pit in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And we hauled so much crap out of it. It was insane.
Wait, and people were saying like they were thinking about shutting down that spot, right?
Yeah. Several cars came by, like a forest ranger came by, and a few other people that said that they were looking into shutting down the area because it was just trashed all the time, and retards would go there and shoot tannerite at midnight and basically dump trash there. But no, I think it's going to become an annual thing. Just staying ahead of it. Now I've gotten into the habit of like taking a garbage bag out to throw in the dumpster at my place every time I go and shoot there. But it's stayed pretty clean since we did it. I'm super happy with everyone that came out. But one thing that I realized, because like I don't socialize with people now. I haven't. Lucas, you probably have this thing too, where because you get to work from home and because you don't actually have to deal with the general public, my sense of humor has become so poisonous.
Oh, dude. So I was talking about this with a girl the other day. She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm unemployable." Like I literally could not work a job. And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, I've become like absolutely retarded. I am incapable of being professional. Like I just start saying racist jokes immediately when I meet someone. Like I
haven't you heard this one?
Yeah, like
not?
how's it going, dude? What's the thing about Hitler? Like it's
Yeah.
like just like impossible for me to not just like just be completely fucking retarded all the time now. Like
Yeah,
it's
no, same. It's impossible not to, and it's like someone, we're at the range cleanup, and I've got a Glock there or something, and someone's like, "Hey, that's a nice Glock," and I'm like, "Yes, it fits very well into my mouth."
yeah, I was gonna say, he's like, you want to see you put it in my mouth? I just like, start, it just like straight away, like my brain just goes to like, I have this like poisoning in my brain that's just like, what is the funniest thing I could do in this moment? And then I've got zero ability to stop myself from doing that. And like, what I
Yeah.
think is funny is not the shit anyone else on the planet thinks is funny. So like,
It's always funny talking to the two of you because I actually do unfortunately have to participate in polite society. So whenever we get together, I'm just usually, and I'm sure people can tell, I'm just kind of quietly like, "Fuck, guys,
what is wrong with these
Like,
consoles?"
Post production on this is gonna be a fucking pain in the dick."
Yeah,
Not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Yes, but
Like-
yeah, conversations got into like, I overhear a conversation about buying like a 357 Magnum, and my first response was like, "Yes, I would like one, so I can put it in my mouth while I sob and cry in the shower," or just
Oh
something
my God.
similar.
Just like someone's like casually talking and you just walk over or wait till there's a good lull in the conversation and you're just like, I can't come unless there's a gun in my mouth. And they're like, what? And you're like, do you guys like Fortnite? Like, just like shit like that.
What's your gamer tag?
Yeah. Do you guys want to play Xbox later?
You just talk about putting a gun in your mouth? No?
No.
No, it's fine.
Did I?
It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's there is genuinely like a social retardation that happens when you don't go outside for like 5 days at a time. Like
Yes.
it's so bad. But like I don't know what it is. You just become like semi-autistic. Like it's ridiculous. But at the same time, it's kind of like for me at least, it drives you to be like, well, I have to make my shit work because I can never work a normal job. Like
Yeah.
between like if anyone ever just Googled me or like if just the shit I would say on a daily basis, I would be
Yeah.
fired. Like
If
I'd
they
be in
listen
front
to
of
one
HR.
episode of Schizocast,
Yeah, I'd be in front of HR immediately. I'd just be fucked.
Yeah.
Like if I had some random like fucking like if I was working in an office and it's some random bitch being like, you didn't like file like the copy like correctly, anything, I'd just be like, well, how about you just kill yourself? Like how about you just hang yourself now? Like and just like immediately get fired. So like,
What the fuck was I gonna say? Fuck. Nope, it's gone. Oh no, this actually pertains to the point I was about to make. Our videographer Phil and I, we've been discussing kind of
I love Phil.
good lad.
Yes.
But we've been discussing kind of the finer points of like the division in this like extremely hyper focused kind of community because we found you're either autistic as fuck or brain damaged. Those are the
What about
two.
both?
Those
'Cause
are
that's
the two.
me.
Both.
yeah,
Fuck.
I'm a bit of a combo.
Yeah.
See, I did like one of those autism tests and it was like very low and I was like, oh fuck, so it's just a me problem.
I remember you said that to me, and then I scored very high.
You scored
I remember that. We were like, oh fuck, Nathan. Oh shit.
Oh buddy. Okay, well confirmed. I forget what the fucking name of that test was, but yeah, I scored very low and I was like, oh, so
The NRADS, I want to say like RAADS. Like it's an
Yeah,
actual
well,
diagnostic criteria.
yeah, we'll
So, yes,
find
I-
whatever
I
it
am-
is and
Yes.
we'll put the link in the description so people can go and find your number.
Yeah,
and,
everyone comment on Instagram your number.
Yes, comment your score. I think mine was like 62, and the star of being like potentially autistic is like 70 or something like that. What
Yeah.
do you remember
I
what you
think it was
got?
like 65.
Yeah,
I scored like 150.
we know. I think someone at work got like 180, and we're like, oh fuck, dude.
Oh yeah. No, it's like I'm not even high functioning. I'm barely functioning in general.
Barely functional autist with brain damage thrown in. I've just had too many concussions. Like that's, I'm weird and I have like strange hobbies and I've bumped my head one too many times. That's me.
Yeah, every now and then I remember that like there was a period when I was in school where like I was genuinely like in the hospital with like concussions like every second week, and I was like
What were
that
you
probably.
doing?
I just being retarded, and I was like
Yeah.
that probably like explains a lot about me. Like it was usually just like playing rugby and shit or stuff like that,
yeah.
where like I just would do some dumb shit and be like, yeah, I fucking cracked my head off a wall again, and my mother would be like, all right, well we're going to the hospital because you look like you can't see, and I'm like, yeah, no, my left eye's fucked. So like that happened on like a fucking regular basis, and then like now I'm like, this is probably why I can't do math in my head. Like,
Yeah, same, buddy. Same. You won't have a calculator everywhere you go. Fuck you. Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
I fucking do. And now I don't even have to do math myself. I just chat GPT it. I'm just like, have it on my phone. Like, how do I do this problem? And it just tells me. Like,
It's like, okay, retard, here you go.
yeah, no, it's actually bad.
The three of us have to go and like do something at SHOT Show. Like that's non-negotiable. 100%. We're going to do that.
I've never been. I'm gonna be
No,
terrified.
neither have I. But you know what's going to happen? The one thing that we'll do together is get kicked out.
Yes.
Oh, probably, yeah.
No, 100%. Like I want to do like I did a meet and greet of just me, but I think like I don't know, a live podcast or just a meet and greet or something retarded with us. I think that could be fun.
Oh yeah,
I'm
dude,
down.
I would
I'm
love that shit. I've been saying for ages, I still want to do a live podcast. I still want to.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fucking great. I think
Yeah.
it'd be really fun.
Peeps.
Yeah, Pew
Right.
Peeps. Yeah, live podcast at Pew Peeps. I think that'd
Yes.
be sick.
April of 2024.
And also maybe live podcast at SHOT Show in front of the ATF booth.
Yes. Yes.
Dude.
Can we all just? I mean, oh god, can we all please just dress like David Koresh?
Yes.
Da-
Oh my
all
god,
right.
yes.
Fancy dress, either David Koresh or a dog.
Yeah. you guys both
Dog
wearing
onesies.
blue jeans, a blue button-up shirt, a mullet, and like those big fucking glasses, and
The
I'm just
yellow
wearing like
glasses?
I'm just wearing like puppy ears, and my nose is painted, and I just
Yeah.
stare at them with like clenching every muscle in my body as hard as I can.
Just hyperventilating.
The entire
I
time.
unironically want to get a pair of those yellow glasses. Ever since I got here, I drove down to like near Montana the other day, and holy shit, it's just fucking Far Cry 5. Montana is Far Cry 5. Well, no
Yes.
shit, but
Well, there was Nathan remembers there was a brief period of my time where I literally just dressed like the father every day. I had a fucking
did, he
man
looked
bun.
like
I
him,
had
dude.
the glasses. I had the beard. And I wasn't even on purpose. It just happened. It was during fucking
Yeah,
lockdown.
that
And I
shit
just
looks
fucking
really
lost
good.
it. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I just fucking lost it and ended up just looking like the father for a solid like 6 months.
You could rock a cult leader kind of look.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
what's
it means you
the
have to move to
creed quote?
Montana.
You have more sex as a leader. You have more fun as a follower.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Speaking of drinking the Kool-Aid, we have both done some consuming recently, and that would be
have.
the Barbie movie.
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. I fucking love Barbie, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It fucking rules.
It was. I keep on hearing from everyone that it was good, and that made me. Well, I don't want to say that's not what made me not watch it. I just haven't watched it.
Well, that happens to me. Like, if someone keeps
Yeah.
telling me how great someone is, it does actually for some reason turn me off. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
You said
it
that
is
about Avatar: The
legitimately.
Last Airbender, I think.
Yeah.
Which
Like I had a
sucks.
few friends that were
That's
really into it, and it just for
Yeah.
some reason my brain just turns off now when I hear about it. I know it's probably good. I will check it
Yeah.
out, but
Yeah.
it's just,
No,
I'm just
I
like,
get that. Like,
I think the problem is that I think I'm very easily overhyped. So if someone keeps telling me something's amazing, I
Yeah.
just know it's not going to live up to what I've heard when I actually
Yeah.
watch it, you know? But Barbie, I went to see Barbie with my 6'2" ginger steelyard owning friend Joycey. Just the two
I
of us
love
on our
Joycey.
own. We're like, 2 tickets to Barbie, please.
Literally the meme.
Yeah, and there was literally just like nothing but like little girls dressed in like pink shit, right? But what was funny is we were at like the back like of the fucking theater, and like 2 seats down was a guy and his girlfriend. He was like the only other dude in the theater, and every time there was a fucking Ryan Gosling scene, you could just hear the 3 of us just crying, laughing in the back of the theater, and just dead silence throughout the rest. At the end, we were like made eye contact with the dude, being like,
Literally
Little
us.
lad.
his fucking girlfriend giving him death stares, and we're just like the boys.
Yeah, guess why we're here?
Yeah, like,
I'm here for Ryan.
he is literally me though. Like,
tonight, I might go watch that. Like after the range, I might just like go there in my fucking Cry G3s.
go in
and
full
sit down.
tack gear and just be like, take it for Barbie, please, and sit on your own in like the middle seat of the theater, like right in the middle. Like,
Carrying. It's fucking Idaho.
it's it is legitimately very good though. I will say like aside from the comedy from fucking Ryan Gosling, who genuinely does steal the show, is like it is actually written very, very well.
Yeah.
Like overall, even the shit that they're like, I don't even think it's an overtly feminist film. It's more so like a genuinely good breakdown of like society's like expectations and like beliefs surrounding both men and women and like how it can be damaging to both, which I liked.
Yeah, it kind of gave a lot of angles. Like, so for the record, Nathan hasn't seen it. Me and Lucas have. You saw it today or recently?
Like 2 days ago.
Okay. I saw it like I think the day after it came out. I went and did a Barbenheimer double feature.
I wanted to do that, but like as I said, I've been working so fucking much that I was like, I'll probably kill myself if I have to sit there for 3 hours in a dialogue heavy film. Not because it's probably great. Everyone says it's fucking class. I'm sure it's awesome, but I was like, my brain cannot handle this right now. I think I am going to have to wait until it's on streaming and I can just sit there with the lights off and just focus and just watch the fucking movie.
Dude, I fucking went and saw Oppenheimer, and there was a family sitting next to me with little kids, and they were like,
Oh,
"I'm
I hate
bored for
There's
3
like three
hours."
sex scenes.
I
Isn't
know,
there- yeah,
I
I was
know.
gonna say, isn't there, like,
Florence Pugh is slopping on his Heimer. Like,
Floppenheimer.
yeah, like, fucking Black Widow Jr. just has her tits out, and you're like, oh my god, and there's just like these babies next to me. I'm like, okay, well, this is weird as fuck. And then they were like, I mean, so the audio mixing is dog shit. Like I was saying in our little chat, like you really have to tune in to hear every fucking word, and it's so dialogue heavy. And then the music's just like,
Okay, see, at least I could just fucking EQ it on my soundbar at home because Nolan doesn't know how to
Yeah.
fucking mix a movie. This is a
Yeah, yeah.
consistent issue. I don't get like he's clearly doing it on purpose. Like this is clearly a choice,
It's
and
like
I
a
don't know why.
stylistic thing to not be able to
Yeah.
understand the dialogue.
Tenet was by far the worst. You would have thought like Dark Knight Rises was the worst due to fucking Bane's fucking, but like instead is like Tenet was just like I can't hear Robert Pattinson fucking talking. What is happening?
Yeah. You're just watching like fucking weird visuals for 3
Yeah.
hours or whatever.
I hated Tenet. I'll be very open. I
Ten-
love Christopher
Tenet was
Nolan.
genuinely one of the I
One of the
hate
films
when
of all
people are like,
time.
oh, you're just not smart enough to understand this movie. No, fuck Tenet. That was terrible.
Yeah, no, I will. I fucking love Inception. I
Yes.
love the Dark Knight series. I love Interstellar. I
Yeah.
will die on the hill that Tenet is probably Nolan's worst film. I
Yes.
fucking hate any film that introduces some wild bullshit and then instead of explaining it has a scene where a character directly looks at the camera and goes, "Just don't think about it, feel it." Fuck you. Tell me how it works. Give me some sort of rule. Give me any sort of fucking basis to go with this. Because otherwise you can just do whatever the fuck and it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. And that annoyed the
Yeah.
shit out of me.
The thing that bothered me the most about Tenet was I think it was either supposed to be 2 movies or he just filmed it as an 8-hour movie. And then because they condensed it into 3, they removed all the things that are really unnatural just to cut runtime, like a half second here, 1 second here, a quarter second here. So all of the natural pauses in speech,
Yeah.
like we're talking right now, there's going to be a pause every once in a while. Like it flows.
Oh, dude,
There's none of that in Tenet.
I
And
edited a podcast with an AI once, and so I was like, oh yeah, cut out all of the dead air, and so it's just like it was like, oh my god, no, we need some pauses, like understand some pauses. So I since
that's-
then I haven't touched AI for audio editing because it's fucking dog shit at the minute.
That's what Tenet was. They removed all of that, and it was just like dialogue.
It's very funny to be like, we've made the film too long. Just cut any possible silence in the film.
So people might notice I do that with the audio promos because we've got like 59 seconds to kind of summarize an episode on Instagram, and so the dialogue ends up like really quick when it might not be like that in the when you actually hear it in the episode, and it's just to fit that. But doing that for like a whole fucking movie, oh my god.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it became really jarring, and as soon as I noticed it, I couldn't not notice it.
There's a problem with nearly all of Nolan's films, and again, I do love them. Like for instance, I love Inception, but it's like if you think too hard about it, you realize how nothing makes fucking sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
like if you've ever seen the that dude that does like the thing on YouTube, like the movie boardroom thing, where he does like it's like he's like an intern pitching a movie to his boss, and he does like all these like famous movies and shit. His one on Inception, like as he's doing it, you're like, oh yeah, no, he's actually completely correct about all of this. Like none of this makes sense, and like there's so much easier ways to do like so much of the shit they do. But the movie wouldn't happen if they didn't do the ridiculous bullshit. So like it's fine. But like Nolan just has a thing for like convoluted plots for the sake of convoluted plots.
They're like big brain stoner movies. Like you get a little high, you watch a Nolan movie, you're like, wow man, like shit, that hit. He's a genius. You watch it dead sober and you're like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
I'm gonna say some shit that is going to this will be our most engaged with hate comments of all of our fucking podcasts. But I'm
I don't
gonna
know. We
say
did get hate
something
mail over my Italian stuff.
that was funny though. That was
Yeah, that
great.
was very funny.
Italian racism is always funny. I don't care.
Italians aren't people, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But my controversial opinion is that I think The Dark Knight specifically, is an absolutely fantastic film. It is probably one of the worst Batman films that there is.
Damn.
Damn.
The character of Batman throughout Nolan's films is literally not Batman. He is a pussy who cries constantly about having to be Batman and talks about how he just wants to quit it all to go be with Rachel, and that's his entire character. Batman sitting in the fucking tower or the fucking like penthouse apartment, holding his cowl, going, "She was gonna run away with me, Alfred. We were gonna be together," and fucking crying, is the gayest fucking shit. That is the opposite of Batman. The most accurate Batman, you can argue is the best movie so far, is by far Robert Pattinson.
I haven't
The
seen
Matt
that
Reeves
yet.
movie is the most accurate Batman film to the
It's
comics.
pretty good. Like,
I think it's fucking sick, but I get if people don't like the movie because it is a pure like one-to-one recreation from the fucking comics, which I can get why people wouldn't like that, but it is the most accurate portrayal of who Batman is.
well, no, Batman doesn't give a shit about Bruce Wayne. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like Bruce
exactly.
Wayne is the mask or whatever, and all
Yeah,
of that is just cover to do what he's like really about. And then Christopher Nolan's like the flip side of that, where it's like,
Yeah, where it's like he's Bruce all the time and he's upset that he has to be Batman and then he has to fucking fake his death to go. I do like that Michael Caine recently, people were he actively said in an interview, they were like, did he die at the end of Dark Knight Rises? And he was like, no, he lived and he went off and he was with the cat lady and they were happy. That's the ending. He's like, that's the ending Christopher Nolan told me. That's what happened. He lived. I was just like, all right, calm down, Michael.
all right.
I love Michael Caine. What was that
I-
movie where he it was basically like British Gran Torino?
Dude, fucking Harry it's a
It's a
fucking
good
great movie.
Yeah, it's
British-
Michael Caine
British
fucking
Gran
up
Torino.
teenagers.
Yeah, have you not seen this, BR?
No,
This is
no,
like
I don't think so.
this is like one of the best British movies ever fucking made. You should have
Yeah.
fucking loved this shit. Hold on.
Very low bar.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you ever seen Train
hold on.
Spawn, mate? Fucking masterpiece.
Yeah. Harry
That's
Brown,
Scottish.
2009
Harry Brown.
British
That's it.
vigilante
Harry
actor.
Brown.
That's Scottish. Fuck, you're right.
Technically British, but not English. Harry Brown is great though. Harry Brown is really fucking good. It's literally, it is just British Gran Torino. It's like Michael Caine's a former SAS dude. He lives in like a really shitty part of London, and there's all these youths going around fucking things up, and his friend gets killed by a group of youths, and he's just like, all right, time to kill them all. And my favorite scene is where there's like an underpass that they all like hang out under, and there's like two of them down there like basically just making out with their girlfriends, and all of a sudden they hear like crying down the end of the underpass, and they like all look up, and out of the darkness their friend walks in, and he's got a chain dog collar wrapped around his neck, and his hands are tied behind his back, and he's like bleeding from his face, and he's like, help, and this Michael Caine's just holding him by a dog leash, holding a gun. I was like, this fucking rules. This is so sick.
Canonically part of the Christopher Nolan Batman franchise too.
No, it genuinely could be.
There's also a scene, my favorite scene is when he's torturing a dude, like he's tied to a chair torturing this guy, and the guy tells him that he has like a video of them killing his friend, and he takes your man's phone and he can't work it. He goes, you do it, you bring up the video, and hands him the phone back to like an old person, making him just bring up the fucking video because he doesn't know how to work an iPhone. It's fucking great. I love
That's
Harry
fucking
Brown.
great. I love Michael Caine.
Oh,
Guys,
he
you know
rules.
what
He's
I'm
great.
fucking
Colin?
sad about?
What's
What?
that?
The billionaire fight didn't happen.
Oh.
I'm still holding out hope that Musk will stop being a pussy and actually do it, but that hope is waning by the day.
Yeah, like Cyborg versus Lizard. It's like a Mortal Kombat thing.
What's that like my favorite tweet about that someone was going like, oh, I hope they both lose. Like, no, fuck that. I am in full support of Mark Zuckerberg. I want him to put this Afrikaner demon in the ground. All glory to Meta. All glory to Meta was like the best fucking line.
Reptile.
It is just like I was something like what's funny is like most things is like gonna be some fun like PR some like publicity match. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg is just thinking
Training
about
to kill him.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's just being like he's like realized he can legally kill someone on live TV. And he's really excited.
I've only seen 2 photos of Mark Zuckerberg from like the last, I don't know, several years. One of them is him wearing a plate carrier, and the other is him throwing a javelin, which makes me think he's spending 100% of his time training to kill Elon
Dude,
Musk.
he's won like 2 jujitsu tournaments in the past while, and he can do a Murph in like 32 minutes or some shit. A full Murph. Dude's a fucking unit. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a lizard.
he's autistic, and like this is his new special interest. He built an octagon in his backyard. Like he's
That's
fully
man, autism plus unlimited resources really is something to behold.
yeah, it's incredible. And like he realistically has got basically unlimited time these days. Like I mean, like he's basically just overseeing shit. He's not really day to day at fucking Meta anymore. So he's just like, yeah, I've got fucking 24 hours a day, but he sleeps like fucking 4 hours a night upside down like a bat. And then he's just like, right, time to train. And he's just like back to fucking grappling and shit. Like he's just fucking terrifying.
Like he is a horrifying. I hesitate to call him a man because I think he's
I don't think he is.
He
Yeah.
either hasn't ever been or he's transcended out of that.
I
Many
don't
years
know. I don't know if he's human or not. All I know is I'm like 90% sure his eyes can move independently of each other, and he can probably lick them.
I think the last time it was human was when he was struggling to get laid in college, and then since then he has transcended into lizard personness, or he was killed and then a lizard assumed his skin suit.
His skin. He's wearing him like a suit.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
all his kids are named after Roman emperors.
What?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Straight up. So his wife
He's like
is
Nero,
Priscilla Chan.
Caligula.
Yeah, no, straight up. One of them is called Aurelia, named after Marcus Aurelius. His daughter is named Maxima, a twist on Maximus,
What?
and his second daughter is named August, in reference to Augustus Caesar. He's like
Oh, no.
obsessed with fucking like ancient Roman shit.
Secretly based Mark
Interesting.
Zuckerberg.
I'm telling you,
I mean,
listen,
that's why
he's gonna
he's
take
so
over the world and like
travel.
kill us all, but he is secretly based, so it's okay.
Yeah. I just got a text from our videographer, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I've been instructed to shame you into shooting a USPSA match.
What? That's not happening.
Well, you tell him that. I'm shaming you on air, which I can't say anything. I also have not shot a USPSA match. Probably won't be.
Post schools. Nah,
Po-
I don't want
post-practice
to.
score.
I don't want to.
Here's my answer. I no.
I don't want to do that.
I have 0.9mm at the minute, so I can shoot hollow points. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I've got like 200 rounds of hollow points. Fuck it. I'll shoot those at a competition. They did like a casual match, and he shot one USPS whatever the fuck it is match since then. Yeah, no, it's gonna take a little bit for me to get into competition shooting.
Okay.
So,
Gay indeed. But well, Barbie. Speaking.
yes, back to Barbie.
Barbie is the
before you get
straightest shit I've
changed
ever
up.
seen in my entire life. Right? Fucking Ryan Gosling as Ken is the peak of masculinity.
I,
Dude, like-
I might actually go watch this tonight. You guys are actually selling me on this a little bit.
Well,
We
it
are
was the weirdest-
totally not paid shills for Big Mattel.
Big Mattel. No,
I do think it's wild they took the completely wrong lesson from this, and they're like, we're going to do a Mattel cinematic universe. We're doing
Oh yeah,
a,
nah.
they were like,
Wait,
we're doing
are
a
they?
Barney movie. I was like, no one wants that
Wait,
motherfucker.
are they actually, or was that just trolling?
No, that
No.
they're actually they're legit doing it.
Can you imagine like an R-rated Barney movie?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. It's gonna be like a surreal. I'm not sure if it's gonna be R-rated, but apparently the pitch is like a
A24.
surreal. Yep, A24 style with who the fuck is meant to be in it?
It's that guy from Get Out. What's his name?
He's got it's like it's
He's an English guy. He's a
complicated.
good actor.
His name Daniel Kaluuya.
Kaluuya, yeah,
You're
he's
doing
actually
a
a very
really
good
bad
actor.
job not selling me on this fucking Mattel cinematic universe. 'Cause I watched the fuck out of that. Like an
Listen-
A24 Barney movie.
Well,
They're
and therein lies the problem. They're gonna like just one after another be like, what if we did this? And we're gonna be like, okay, I guess I'm along for the ride. And before you know it, there's like 24 films, and Barney and Barbie are showing up to fight
Yeah,
Thanos
but-
or some shit.
Like Barney's just like going around his neighborhood kidnapping teenagers and taking them into pieces with a power drill in his basement. Like I would watch
And
that.
that sounds sick.
It
Yeah.
very well could be something. Well, did you guys? I mean, you guys remember the Winnie the Pooh like horror film? Anyone see that?
I saw that, but
Yeah.
it was dog shit. It was dog
That's
shit.
what I
it
expected.
looks
I
bad.
never saw it. But I saw that and
Yeah,
I was
well-
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but if there's one studio I trust right now, I know you just brought it up in passing, but like A24, I fucking trust.
I
They've
do like
consistently put out
A24.
bangers.
Yeah, I do like A24 a lot. To be
Yeah,
fair,
but like
I've yet to
the Winnie
really
the
see an
Pooh-
A24 film I did not like.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
I keep on bracing myself for a failure, but generally they're pretty on point. I didn't see that Everything Everywhere All at Once by
Oh,
I
that
like
sucked
it.
ass. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone kept again. Maybe
There
it's
you
because
go,
everyone was telling me
there
how
you
good
go.
it was. But
Yeah.
I literally, it took me 3 tries to watch it all the way through, and I finally watched all of it, and I was like, this is not that good. Like, I don't know why everyone's telling me how amazing this is.
See,
I liked it.
Nathan, you're Asian. You give me some insight on this.
Yeah, you might like it more.
Yeah, no, some of it did actually hit kind of close to home.
There you go. I'm just not Asian. I'm just not
Yeah.
Asian. That's the problem here.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Oh, speaking of, I made a friend here.
An Asian?
Genuinely, I was at a gun show, and like I meet an Asian guy, just like he's friends of a friend, and he drives a Prius and he shoots, and cause he's at a gun show. I'm like, you're my friend now. We're going shooting on Wednesday, and
Man, I think you have to kill. I think you have to kill him. This
I
isn't
might
good.
have to kill him, but
There can only be one.
yes,
Yeah, this is very bad.
but yes, no,
I'm
What do
sorry
you
to
mean?
tell you this. You have
What
to
do you
take him
mean?
out.
What do you mean you've made a friend? You've made a fucking like nemesis here, dude.
keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah, you gotta wear his skin ASAP.
Yeah, you're gonna have to Chris Kyle him, buddy.
I'm sorry. Just invite him to the range to shoot him in the back of the head. And he's not looking, just bang.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry it has to be this way.
This is not the show to make a Chris Kyle joke on, but we
No one
did
need to be one of us.
it. We did it, gang.
I forgot that we had a soundboard on this. One second.
Welcome to Uganda.
Okay.
Copyright
I forgot about that for just a hot second.
You mean
that's-
like
I
60
forgot.
episodes?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that's there for like all of our serious interviews. So at any point, that could be.
You just
hit that
unleash
button.
that.
It's just
Oh,
weird
yeah,
that we've
yeah.
got like a triple amputee veteran who's talking about surviving an IED, and Welcome
Oh,
to Uganda
God.
starts playing.
Welcome to Uganda.
Just be like interrupt him, like sorry, actually we have to do a quick sponsor break. Hold on. Just play that. And go, we're sponsored by Uganda.
Uganda Department of Tourism.
Go to Uganda.
BR here with a quick word from our newest sponsor of the show that made our first video podcast possible, the great people over at Attorneys for Freedom. Attorneys for Freedom are a real criminal defense law firm offering attorneys on retainer for legal representation in self-defense cases, and are not some insurance company or provider. This means that Attorneys for Freedom are able to cover scenarios that are often denied coverage by other programs. Self-defense scenarios such as while in gun-free zones or sensitive areas, while under the influence or on medication, scenarios where you knew your attacker, and while using any weapon in self-defense, from a firearm to a household object or otherwise. Additionally, Attorneys for Freedom will not drop you from coverage, nor will they ever ask you to pay them back. Even if you take a plea deal where you admit guilt to a criminal act, Attorneys for Freedom will not ask to recoup their fees. Attorneys for Freedom covers 100% of your attorney's fees in the event they can reasonably argue that you were acting in self-defense, and now you're facing serious felony charges. The primary key to coverage is their ability to reasonably argue self-defense in court. Nathan and I have signed up already, and you can too in no time at all. The National Self-Protection Plan is available with a one-time sign-up fee of $100 and just $35 per month after that. Family plans and annual rates are also available. Signing up via the link in the show notes or via the Seabone Art Instagram bio link helps support the show with both your initial sign-up and every month you retain Attorneys for Freedom services. Get covered in all 50 states, support the show, and have peace of mind that should your worst day come, Attorneys for Freedom has your back. Thanks for listening, people. How's it going, lads and ladies? BR here with a quick word from the longest running sponsor of the Art and War podcast, Advanced Warfighting Solutions. AWS have been making tough as hell gear for decades right here in the US and North Carolina. Nathan, myself, and thousands of others run that gear through the ringer and trust our lives to it, whether that's LARPing in the woods or dragging kit through war zones. AWS manufactures many great packs, pouches, plate carriers, and our personal favorite, the SMU Operator Belt. A set and forget gun belt that crushes in build quality, capability, and excellent feedback from its many users. We are tough on our gear here at Art and War, and the SMU takes that treatment in its stride. Though already at a sweet price point, you can knock $10 more off your SMU belt with the code ARTandWar10 at awsin.com. The code and link to the AWS website can be found in the show description. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the show.
We're back.
As a side note, BR, hopefully you can make it to this. I will be in North Carolina in a couple of weeks, and hopefully, BR, you can make it out.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the plan, dude.
Get together at Advanced Warfighting Solutions in Fayetteville,
yeah.
North Carolina.
We're not saying dates yet, right?
We're not saying no. I mean, like first 2 weeks of September, sometime somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We literally do not have dates to say.
Yeah, plan is probably do our second video podcast out there.
I think that could be fun. I think
Yeah.
we can touch butts and
touch butts.
do crime.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
That's two of my favorite things.
me too. But yes, first 2 weeks sometime in North Carolina, in Fayetteville, somewhere. I forget where it is, but it's Fayetteville. Fayetteville is horrifying. It's either like military-industrial complex or it looks like a crack den. There's no middle ground. I do really like it there, though. It's fun.
It's a wild juxtaposition.
Yeah. My last memory of Fayetteville was like watching a man run down the street with a laptop, and he had no shirt and ragged like jeans. I'm pretty sure that laptop wasn't his.
Was he a developer?
Probably working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he typing as he ran?
I'm pretty sure he worked a white collar job in the area. I'm pretty sure he was, I don't know,
trying to push a commit and you get mugged and your like boss is screaming at you down the phone and you're sprinting down the street with no clue. Just trying to on GitHub trying to get it fucking up.
It's a wonderful place. I still have not been to the Memphis
Bass Pro.
I think that's too far away though. I don't think we can make it.
Yeah. It's so funny here. Like North Carolina is nowhere near Memphis.
I don't know things.
It's on the same side of the country, and you've driven this distance.
BR, you're talking to the same guy who, when we were like, "What? Like, how are you getting to Idaho?" He was like, "I'm just like going like left."
Yeah, I'm driving down from the right part of Canada, and then I'm going left
until I get to Idaho.
Yeah. I
Like,
was like,
okay, I got here.
Dude,
They'd be like, guys, I fucked up. I'm in LA.
I just kept on going, and now there is C. What do?
What do?
I'm at the beach. I'm on Venice Beach. Help.
But I mean, fuck, I made it somehow. I'm in Idaho now. Haven't been I've only got lost a couple of times.
What the fuck? How?
Just kind of like, have you ever seen the movie The Hills of Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was basically Colorado through Utah to Tennessee. I mean, not to Tennessee.
That's not
Colorado
how...
through Utah.
Okay.
Apparently, this is not true.
There were just like mountains with hill people in them that looked like they wanted to eat my flesh.
That's because they did.
Yes, I believe it. The only thing that changed was in Utah. I think the hill people were Mormon.
Yeah, it's a very diverse part of the country.
It's a very diverse part of the country. They wore suits.
Everyone's son is their brother. Everyone's mother is their cousin.
Hell yeah, brother.
Utah was very nice, though.
I'm convinced Ireland's way more inbred than we think. It's too small. Has to be. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's like the size of Rhode Island. There's no way we're not all banging our cousins.
You know what? That's what people joke about British women a lot, and I'm kind of like, I kind of see it.
Well, like them being like bet down in the face.
Yeah, just looking like they've been punched for generations.
I feel like it really depends on the area you're in as well, though, because like I think it's like it's like it's like in extremes. It's like the worst are really bad, but like the best are really good. Like so like it's like the scale is much worse than you'd expect. But I do see what you mean. I mean, I've said this before on the podcast, but like Irish women were built for domestic abuse. It's like they're what they're made for. Like,
their skulls are just a little thicker.
Yeah, they're like that. They've developed thicker skulls. It's like evolution. Like their noses are stronger. Like, good luck breaking an Irish girl's nose. Like,
centuries of alcoholism, and now they're just built for it.
Yeah. It's like a feature, not a bug.
Yeah, their livers and skulls are both super overbuilt.
Well, do Irish women also dye themselves orange like Oompa Loompas, or is that exclusively like an English woman
No,
thing?
there is but the thing is, it's a subset. Like there is like
Yeah.
girls that do that, but it doesn't seem to be as widespread as it is in England. I will say that it is like it's relatively common. If you go into like Dublin City on a Saturday or Friday night, you will find a large group of girls like that. But
Yeah.
in general, I find that they tend to not be as over the top in that shit. The ones that do it are like not minority, but there's a lot less of them. It seems to be more of a big thing in British culture to do that like across the board.
It's weird, dude. Like, there's so many fucking memes, which, like, you won't really see in the States quite as much, of, like, people take a picture of their bed sheets after a one-night stand and they're just stained orange.
That's
Like,
happened
That
to
is.
me.
Ah.
No, even worse than that. I was like washing my dick, and I was like, "Why is there orange coming off me?"
Oh, no! I got
What?
spray tan on my dick.
Straight up.
Ah. Yeah,
I
Nathan.
was like, "What's wrong with me?"
What happened? What STD is this?
Have I developed some sort of new strain? What the fuck?
Dude,
That is
it's
awful.
fucking grim. One of the top 5 reasons I left the UK was orange women. It was too much. It's fucking
They're like
disgusting.
Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, just got back from Ibiza. No, you fucking didn't, you cunt. No, you didn't.
I mean, that's also not anything to even to brag about. Ibiza's been a fucking shithole for like 20 years. Like
Dude, you just
What is
go
that?
there and get assaulted. It's
Ibiza
fucking
it's
Spain, right?
yeah, it's like Spain or something. It's an island in the Mediterranean, and basically it's literally just for parties. It's just for sluts and fucking chavs to go and just bang and get in fights and get drunk, and like that's all it is.
Yeah. Hell on earth. It's like New Jersey as an island.
I
Yeah,
hate
that's a
that.
good way to
I hate
describe it.
everything to do with that.
But also, original Jersey is also disgusting.
Yeah.
And
Remember,
inbred.
remember Jersey Shore? That was cool.
Ugh.
I love Jersey Shore. Pauly D is my boy.
I don't even want to
My
fucking.
boy.
Oh my god.
You
Well,
don't
there's
remember
a-
the era of like Snooki and all of that?
The situation.
I know that it existed, but again, like I don't even remember the last time I fucking watched cable TV, guys. I'm pretty sure it was like at least a decade ago. At least.
Oh yeah,
More
I
than
drink
now.
to
Like,
forget
maybe-
that life.
Yeah. Like the last show was Lost, I think.
What
So
the
that kinda
fuck?
dates it.
Really? Like
Yeah.
how far in? Like near the end or like near the start?
I think like season 5. I think there's 7 seasons. Like season 4 or 5 is where I just stopped, and I don't think I've watched cable TV since then.
I was about to disagree with you, but actually, you say it. Anytime I've watched anything with you, it's always been obscure, random bullshit, or like the worst possible movie we can find to laugh at.
Yes, yes.
That's
Like,
pretty much it.
and I regret none of that. Have you ever seen? And I think this come up in the show before, the Ballad of Ricky-O.
Yes,
Ballad of Ricky-O?
yes,
It's like the best movie of all fucking
dude.
time.
Google it right fucking now. Me
Yes.
and Nathan got drunk on like fucking orange juice cider or some shit at his place.
Yes.
Everyone else is asleep in bed. It's like 4 a.m.
Oh,
and we are.
guys, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
we're just in
Yeah.
tears in his living room, screaming at the top of our lungs, watching Ricky O. Like, oh my fucking god, that movie rules so hard.
That
like-
movie rules so fucking hard. I've
Like
seen it at
nothing in it
least
makes sense.
6
My
times.
favorite is when he's in a room that's like trying to crush him, and he just dives through a solid steel door head first. He just goes right through it. It's like zero resistance. Like it's incredible.
That, it does not give a single fuck. That entire movie.
The end of the movie, he just punches the wall of the prison he's in, and the entire thing explodes. We're like, he could have done this at any time.
At any
Like,
point.
he
just stuck
wanted to be
around.
in prison. Like,
Base.
Like, every single fight scene in that movie is just the best thing to ever exist.
it rules so hard. There's also like even like the behind the scenes stories about it are like fucking hilarious. Like the fact that there's some one of the female actresses got like genuinely burned, like 3rd-degree burns shooting a
Holy
scene.
shit.
Like remember the scene where they burned down the like poppy fields or whatever they have in the prison or
Yeah.
whatever? She got like legitimately burned doing that.
Oh,
And, like I was like, imagine
Special
getting permanently scarred for Ricky O. Like you'd be so pissed.
we are going to watch it when the
Is
temptation
Ricky O
to
fair
put
use
our
now?
war
Can we
movie
like
on.
actually do a stream where we just live watch Ricky O? I feel like it's on YouTube in full, like with like
Yeah.
no copyright strikes or anything. I feel like it's
I don't think it
probably
is anymore because I watched it again like a few months ago, and I had to go to this weird like obscure Malaysian site to get it. Like it wasn't on any. It wasn't on YouTube anymore.
What we could do, what we could do, is we could do a watch along with no video, where we just do like, all right, everyone, 3, 2, 1, click play, and we just talk, and they can like
It's like
people
mystery,
do it at the same time, like
mystery
Mystery Science Theater.
Theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That would actually be dope.
Riccio.
I
For
would
the
love
best
doing that.
movie that ever existed.
And BR, you're not allowed to watch it before we do that. I want to hear your like
No,
live
no.
reactions.
All right, I'm down. How long is this
Yes.
fucking thing?
It's
Before
not long.
I just
It's
agreed
like,
to it.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know, an hour and a half, like
All
short
right.
normal movie, like maybe 80 minutes.
Yeah,
But
it's a
Lucas,
pretty
I
short
think
movie.
you're right. Like the only movies we've really watched have been like weird.
awful.
It has an
Wonderful.
89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because it's the best movie. It should have 100.
It's incredible.
You know, it won every Academy Award the year it came out.
I wouldn't be
Best film,
surprised.
best
Yeah.
foreign film, best actors, best sound effects, best mixing, best animation, everything.
I mean, it was released in 1991, and it did like nearly $3 million in the Hong Kong box office. I feel like that's not bad.
In fucking like $1991, that's like all of Ukraine's military budget these days. That's
Yeah, and the director said the movie was a major hit on rental, since many kids who were not allowed to view it in theaters could now rent the film and watch it.
yeah. It is like super fucking violent. Like
Yeah,
Like
I'm
over
just
the top,
I'm,
ridiculous. Like,
I'm
like
just
a
like
dude gets
skipping.
fed into a sausage grinder. It's pretty fun.
Nathan, an
What?
unofficial sequel titled Dint King Inside King was released in Hong Kong in 2005.
We're going to watch that. We have to watch that.
Fan Su Wong is again cast in the title role, and wears the camouflage poncho seen in flashbacks and in the manga. So it's the same fucking actor. It's Ricky O. He's in it again. We're watching that.
They
We're
expanded the
fucking-
canon.
We are absolutely
Dint
watching
King Inside King, aka Story of Ricky 2 or Super Powerful Man. God, I love Super Powerful Man.
this.
Free Hong Kong. We want more of this.
I
This
want
fucking rules.
an American remake of this movie starring Ryan Gosling.
Oh my god, dude. That's basically just Only God Forgives. But this rules. Hold on. Where's the plot of this? The plot of this sequel sounds fucking incredible. Hold on. I gotta read this out. Where is this? A morally upright professor has been studying water purification techniques in a secret factory, but when his location is discovered, Karyan and his lackeys ruthlessly kill everyone. Thankfully, the baby Ricky is hidden away. However, his brother is taken by Karyan and raised to be his ruthless right-hand man. Several years later, and I'm pretty sure you can guess the rest.
Like I am excited in advance. We will do the watch party. Part of me even wants to do it live. Like we just have a movie night at AWS. But I think like streaming would be more acceptable for people. When I was spending time at AWS on my drive here a couple months ago, every night we just go back to the AWS house, and Anessa, who owns the company, God love her, she works so fucking hard, would just put on action movies at night, and she would always ask me for suggestions, and I would just put up the most fucked up movies I possibly could, just like.
Poor Anessa is like, Nathan, what are you subjecting me
Dude,
to?
we did this at your house. We put on like a Serbian film for like a bunch of people who had never watched like a horror movie in their life. They were like, "What is happening?" And we were like,
Oh no! BR, have you ever seen the movie Martyrs?
Martyrs. No. What? How the fuck
It's
are you guys
fun.
naming so many films that I've never heard of?
I will argue that Martyrs is actually not that good.
Oh, it's not very good. No, but are any of these movies that good? Except for Ricky.
No, but like at least the others I find entertaining. Martyrs, I was just not that impressed by. I was
Did
just
you see
like,
the French one or the remake?
I've seen both the French one and the remake, and
Yeah.
both of them I'm just kind of like, all right, like fucking.
Yeah, like it's
I
not
guess that's
particularly-
happening. Like,
yeah,
at least like a Serbian film's got actually a decent plot of like
yeah, and it's well made.
a world famous male porn star is convinced to come back to do like an art house porn film for this like director, and is drugged and slowly convinced into doing the most heinous and fucked up shit imaginable. Like
We need
it's
you
like
for one last job.
literally, yeah.
Actually-
They're literally like, we need your massive cock for one last job, and he's like, God damn it, I'll do it. Like, it's really fucking good. Like,
Damn.
But yeah, I
I
highly
am very
Pierre, just go watch it. Go. You should sit down with your wife
yeah
tonight and say, "I've got a nice film for us to watch, honey," and just put on a Serbian film and don't tell her
yeah
anything about it, and just see how long until she divorces you.
yeah.
So
I do have a cute one if you'd like. It's a romantic comedy, maybe to cleanse the palate afterwards.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about a love triangle between three people and a German doctor who tries to put them all together. It's called The Human
Okay.
Centipede.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
that one does warm the cockles, as I say.
have
it
you ever seen
does.
like the sequels?
Fuck. I saw the second one. I didn't see the.
Yeah,
There's a
the
third,
second
right?
one is like the second one I actually was like at least
It gets
entertaining. It
meta,
was like
doesn't it?
the third one gets really fucking meta, whereas like the second one I thought was at least like a decent story, or like again like and it's as fucked up as the first. The third one is like this really odd fucking meta film where like the bad guy is basically meant to be the director, and
Yeah,
like Takeshi Mike or whatever, and like it's like he's like a prison warden or some shit, and like it just gets really fucking weird.
yeah,
Like uncomfortable, not entertaining, weird. Like
Yeah,
we're putting $5 million towards someone's fetish, kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like for me, like what really makes these movies bad is when I'm just kind of like I'm kind of bored, you know, like
yeah.
that's kind of like what kind of like makes these because like, they're never good, as in like this is super like well made or entertaining, but like
No,
usually it's like
none of them are good movies.
no, but usually at least it's like, oh, this has got my fucking attention because this is weird as
It's
shit,
interesting.
yeah, or it's like it's so bad it's funny or some shit. But like,
Yeah.
when it just gets to the point where I'm just like, there's like a fucking like 10-minute long scene, these guys just arguing and shouting about some shit I don't give a fuck about because it's a shit film anyway. Like I'm
Yeah.
just not down. Like,
Yeah.
or again,
Yeah.
I hate like I really hate like unexplained shit. Like Nathan, I think the ending of Martyrs is terrible.
I didn't mind it, but I also like that kind of fiction.
You know what? I don't care about spoilers because I don't think anyone's gonna watch these fucking movies. But like, just ending it with
No.
like they fucking like skin this girl, and like, they're like, oh, people that have experienced immense suffering can like see into like a fucking another dimension or some shit. And then she
Well, that's-
whispers some shit to the main girl, who's like the one overseeing all of it, and then she kills herself. And it's like, oh my god, what did she say to her? I'm like, I don't fucking get. Tell me, bitch. I don't fucking know. Like, this is
Like,
not interesting.
you're not getting a sequel. Just
Yeah,
tell
like,
us.
yeah, just tell me. Like, but yeah, I found that I didn't find that concept super gripping.
I don't think it's particularly gripping, but I do like the
True grip though.
I really have always liked the subgenre of like chasing unknowable knowledge to depraved, like to immense depravity, just to find that the knowledge drives you insane. I like that weird subgenre. I've liked it since Lovecraft. I don't know what to tell you.
I do like Lovecraft shit, to be fair, but at least
Yeah.
at least there's a big monster guy in that.
Oh shit.
So like Cthulhu keeps me entertained long enough to accept the cosmic horror, and then
Yes.
like I'm just like, all right. But again, that's definitely just a taste thing. It's just a me thing. Like I don't know. Like yeah, no.
Yeah,
I just love I still want to. I need to rewatch like Tokyo Gore Police and shit like that. It's been years since
Best
I watched
movie.
that. And I do think a legitimately good film. What's that fucking one? Ichi the Killer. Ichi the Killer
Oh,
is like a
Ichi the
fucked up
Killer.
movie that's legit good. Like it's actually
I
a good
actually
movie.
really like Takeshi Miike, the director.
Yeah.
I probably butchered that pronunciation, but
This is
whatever.
BR once again realizing how autistic we are and being like, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
all
we've been
talking
talking about like obscure.
I thought I could keep up, and I'm just like I'm just furiously googling. And by the time I've like kind of acknowledged what a movie is, you guys have moved on to like two more films. I'm like, what?
All right, now it's time for the Korean cinema hour. Let's go, Sarah.
Oh my god!
Welcome to
I
the
Saw the
Hardcore,
Devil
like,
is one of
fun
my
and
favorite films of
anarchy
all time.
podcast. Let's talk about Tokyo Gore Police.
Legitimately though, I Saw the Devil is like one of the best fucking movies ever.
I Saw the
I did-
Devil's great.
I
Like,
heard talks of a remake. Is that happening?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Oh yeah, there's
I
like an article
really
in 2021 on talking about what happened to the remake.
The villain in that, wasn't that the main character from Old Boy? Also a
Yeah,
fantastic
Min Sik
movie?
Choi. He's like a
Yeah.
fantastic actor. He's in like lots of- Dude, I watched this movie recently. Fucking you know Train to Busan.
Yes.
You know the big
Excellent movie.
motherfucker, Ma Dong Sok, the fucking just unit of a man that is in that just his whole thing is just punching zombies.
Yes.
So, like, if anyone's seen Train to Busan, basically, it's like a train is going to a place called Busan, and there's a zombie outbreak on the train. And there's a scene where, like, this dude is like, he looks like a fat Asian dude who's wearing like a kind of a suit jacket and a scarf and shit. And
Yeah.
like, all the zombies kick off and shit, and everyone's like freaking out. And these guys are like trying to put together like makeshift weapons. And the fat dude just takes off his jacket and reveals that he's not fat, he's jacked as shit. His arms are like massive. And then he proceeds to just duct tape magazines and newspapers around his arms and fists and just punches the heads off zombies. That's like his whole fucking thing. And he's just
I love
rules.
Train to Busan. Like,
And he has a film I watched the other day. It's like the rundown or the roundup, right? And the whole film, the whole plot of the film is, what if Ma Dong-seok was a detective whose punches could kill you? And that's literally the movie. He, at the end of the film, he punches a dude's head through a car windshield. That's how the film ends. It fucking rules.
I want to watch this. I love Korean cinema. Like, since
same.
Old Boy and, like, you know, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance and all of that.
Yeah.
That
That whole Vengeance trilogy is fucking sick.
It's dope. It's dope. And BR's still here. I can see his eyes moving as he, like, Googles things and his eyes glaze over. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I thought I was cultured. I know nothing.
My favorite thing about Korean cinema is that you have all these actors that are fucking incredible, and you look up what they've been in before, and it's like they've been in like 180 episodes of some K-drama as like the friendly neighbor. and like that was Min-sik Choi before he was in like Old Boy and I Saw the Devil, played like the friendly taxi driver in like some K-drama, and you look at the reels, it's like him just like waving from a taxi, real smiling and happy, and you just go to the Old Boy hammer scene of him just like fucking
killing 100 dudes with a hammer and then
like it's fucking great. Like it's so good. But Min-sik Choi rules. He only got to do like one Hollywood movie. He was in that film Lucy, the terrible Scarlett Johansson film.
I hated that fucking movie.
It's
not often that I leave
turned
the
into
theater
a USB
angry
stick
because
at
the
the
movie was
end.
bad, but that I left the theater angry.
Yeah, no, it fucking sucked ass, dude.
Yeah,
Like it like I was sad that was his like one main shot at like Hollywood. You know, I was like, this sucks. Like he fucking rules, and he deserves better.
Who directed that again? The guy who was married to Mila Jovovich, I think.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, he directed like one good movie, The Professional.
To be fair, that man must have impeccable riz. Who was like he was married to Luc Besson.
Yeah, Luc Besson. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Who was his? Yeah, this motherfucker like was already with his hot wife, and then he was shot the Resident Evil movies. Mila Jovovich was married. He convinced her to leave her husband and marry him, and just make Resident Evil movies for like 10 years straight. Fucking based. Like
that wasn't Luc Besson though. That was what's his name? I can't
remember. The French
remember.
remain undefeated, dude.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no, the Resident Evil movies are dog shit.
They're terrible. They're fucking awful. But it's also pretty great to be like, all I do is make movies with my wife and get paid millions by the studio that doesn't give a fuck, and I just do the most wacky bullshit possible in these movies.
Yeah.
I saw a thing recently. Apparently, Natalie Portman's husband, who's French, cheated on her after like together for like 8 years or something. And someone's like, this goes to show you cannot deny genetics. You can only resist being French for so long.
Even when you're with Natalie fucking Portman.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember reading statistics on like, and again, like take this with a fucking grain of salt. There were statistics on French infidelity, and it was like over half of French couples.
It's like a hobby.
I found this out the other day. Paternity tests are banned in France.
What?
They literally said to preserve like the family like culture in France, they're banning paternity tests. I was like, that is crazy.
We all go around fucking too much. It would get too confusing, too much heartbreak. No.
I saw a tweet. This girl goes, I was once at a festival and I was talking to this guy who was smoking a joint, and I asked him, could I have a drag of it? And he went, no, sorry, I am, how you say, selfish. I just proceeded to keep smoking. It was just like incredible.
Based.
Yeah, French people don't give a fuck. Like they're constantly either fucking or burning their capitals down. There's no middle ground.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. So
That
it's like,
I can respect.
Yeah, like just being like, it's just like, you know, like they're like postmen don't get to retire for an extra year, and they're like, we're going to behead the fucking president now. Like they just fucking like lose it. Like
yeah, I was watching a fucked up movie the other day. By the other day, I mean it's been months, like 2 months ago.
Maybe even years.
Inside, and it was filmed in like 2007, and the entire plot was a journalist is stuck inside and there's no police response because there's race riots and they're currently burning down the Capitol and like trashing the place. and it's funny how history repeats itself. It was during, again, riots and trashing the Capitol.
Wait. Inside?
Yeah, the movie Inside.
You mean the one with Willem Dafoe?
No, that's a much newer movie. This one's 2007, about a pregnant
Okay,
woman.
I was like,
It's a home
I
invasion
was like,
movie.
okay. I was like,
Oh,
what the?
oh, I watched a sick movie recently.
What?
It's from like 2003. Actually, hold on. Did you guys watch the TV series Vikings at all?
Yes, it was
Mm.
dope.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send you a picture here. And I'm going to. I want you to just tell me what Vikings actor you think this is, because you're not gonna fucking get it. This is great podcast content, showing those
This is
Nathan a
wonderful
photo,
podcast content. Everyone
and
will
being
be
like,
able
guess who this
to
is.
follow along with this in their cars.
Well, I want you. You're literally never gonna fucking guess who this is. Hold on. Okay, this motherfucker. Check the chat. I'll send you 2 photos of him. This is an actor from Vikings. If you know BR, don't say.
I have not seen Vikings, so I'm of no help.
Who the fuck is? Wait, is that the brother Floki?
Yep, that's him when he was young and hot.
What the fuck?
For reference, for you BR, this is what this motherfucker looks like now. There you go. And his brother
you can
is
still see it. Like,
What the fuck?
that whole family is
Wait.
ridiculously talented, dude. That whole family is crazy
yeah,
fucking
that's
talented.
a Skarsgård. That's a Skarsgård
Yeah,
brother.
their dad is Alexander Skarsgård. His brother is
Mm.
fucking, or sorry, his dad is Stellan Skarsgård. His brother is Alexander. His other brother is Bill, fucking Pennywise the
Yeah.
Clown. Like, they're all just
Jeez,
ridiculous.
every single one of them is like a highly billed actor.
Yeah, seriously, they're all like crazy fucking popular. But this film, it's from 2003. It's called Evil. It's a Swedish film. It was it was nominated for Oscars and shit. It's really fucking good. The gist of it, I'll go through this super quick because no one gives a fuck. But this dude is like he's like out of school. He's always like fighting and shit. His stepdad's a dickhead who beats him, so he's always get like angry and violent and shit. He gets kicked out of school, and his mother like manages to get him to this private school. And at the private school, the teachers don't hand out any disciplines. They let the students do it. And so the students do like awful bullying tactics and shit to each other. But he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing whatever the fuck you fucking tell me to do. Fuck off. And so the rich posh boys keep getting like more and more like fucking angry and like giving him like more and more fucking punishments. And he's like, I don't care, and just like walks away. And they have this thing called like the square, where it's basically like they put one of like these like young like underclassmen up against 2 of the older boys, and they just kick the shit out of them basically. And he eventually near the end of the film challenges like 2 of them to a fight in the square. And there's like this big bald motherfucker and this like rat faced cunt you've been watching like the entire movie being a dickhead. And they're like about to fight, and your man's just like he points to the guy on the left, and he's like, "You, I'm gonna break your nose at least twice." He points to the guy, goes, "You, are you right-handed or left?" And he's like, "Right hand." He's like, "I'm breaking your right arm." He's like, "All right, let's go." And they're just like, what? And then he proceeds to just beat the ever-loving fuck out of these motherfuckers. And they're just like, what the fuck? Because they're used to seeing these like, pussy little like 14-year-olds who've never been in a fight. And like the opening scene of this film is him beating a guy half to death with his fists. And, like it's fucking great. It's such a good movie. I highly suggest it. Evil. It's from like 2003. It's like one of the best films I've watched in a long time. But it's I just love really obscure fucking foreign films like that. And also, actually, the ending of the film is like he gets back to like his abusive stepfather, and father's after hitting his mother, and his father, after like every time he'd like talk shit during dinner, he'd be like, "We're going to talk about this after dinner," and he'd like, whip him in like the bedroom. So he goes to the bedroom, and he turns around as his mother's like trying to like no, don't go in. He turns around, and he's like this is going to be over now, because this is the last time that I'm going to do this. He turns around to his stepfather, and he's like you're going to leave. You're not going to come back. If you do, we're going to tell everyone what you've been doing to us. You're going to wake up in the hospital. Both of your arms are going to be broken. You will have no teeth. Your nose will be broken. And the stepfather's like, what? And he just closes the door. And it just goes to him like a month later having an internship at a law firm, looking very happy. It's fucking great. Like, it's so good.
I'm gonna watch this. I like obscure movies.
Me too.
Like I think like the Hollywood and everything else. Like I find boardrooms ruin movies, and most big budget movies these days are created in a boardroom, and writers simply fill the gaps in. Like, all right, we need to appeal to like the 18 to 25 demographic. We need to appeal to like 25 to 33-year-old women. That everything is so formulaic, whereas you get into cinema that is made, like in other countries, they don't quite have the same standards, formulas, or laws that we do. So you get some really interesting storytelling.
Yeah, you just need a guy who does a shit ton of drugs and is creative to like be like, all right, here's what happened, and just
Yeah.
vomit it out with like a decent budget, not a ridiculous like Indiana Jones budget. And did you see that fucking bombed?
No, well, I didn't see it.
No, I
I
didn't
saw
even
it
know it
bomb.
existed until I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
it getting memed a week or two after it came out.
yeah.
I saw an interesting thing the other day. Someone was talking about how years back, Lego did a study where they were trying to figure out how to just boys are playing with Lego, and they're like, how do we get girls to play with Lego, right? So they did this study to try and figure out what would appeal to girls, and the primary thing they found, and this is related to Indiana Jones, was that when boys play with Lego, if they play, say, Lego Batman, they imagine themselves as Batman, and they will start wanting to learn about Batman and be like Batman, and they'll do Batman's voice when they're playing with Batman. When girls were playing with Lego, they were making the Lego be like them and do the things that they do, and they were inserting themselves into the character. And someone pointed out that every single Lucasfilm like protagonist has become a brunette girl, just like Kathleen Kennedy, who took over from Lucasfilms a little bit ago. And they were like, literally, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, fucking like every major Lucasfilm film has been just the protagonist is a brunette woman.
A self-insert. There's so much of that going on.
Yeah.
It's
What's the word?
we're-
Mary Sue.
Yeah.
a Mary Sue self-insert of the writer. I mean,
Have you
gotta
seen
say-
the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah,
April
yeah.
design, and the one of the girls that worked on designing it? It's literally just her.
It's like, guys, what the fuck?
Just a fat black hipster girl, and you're like, oh, sick! This is exactly what I want. Fucking the sexy yellow jumpsuit wearing April O'Neil. Like,
Well, did
Yeah.
you also see they did like it was going around Twitter, like there was a black April O'Neil design that was like perfectly
Really good.
possible
Yeah.
where she like was actually attractive and
Yeah.
in shape and stuff in a yellow jumpsuit, and it's
Yeah.
like, this was, if you wanted to do, you know, another redhead to black, you know, race swap for whatever fucking reason, sure, but why did you make her like dumpy and like what?
Yeah, no, it gets a weird
I think it's
hipster
the
fucking thing.
laziest form of trying to, like, the cynical part of me, and the part I really think is true, is in the writers' room. It's like, oh yes, we're being progressive. In the money men's room, it's, oh, this is going to drive engagement, and you know
Yeah.
we're going to, you know, suck the dick of the popular trends of the time, and everyone's going to fight about this on Twitter, and we're going to seem like we're progressive to the right crowds.
Yeah, like there's zero ideological reasoning in the fucking boardroom. They don't give a fuck. It's really
Yeah, they don't
just
give a
like
shit.
what is going to drive fucking people. And they know, as you said, they know controversy sells. So
Yeah.
they're just like, right, well, we'll just do that then.
Yeah, and your
Well,
average
that-
consumer doesn't give a fuck.
No, that was a really weird thing about Barbie, to bring it back, was that like it was so fucking hard to determine what they were going for with the movie, from like just the initial marketing through to like having seen the film. I still don't really know what the end goal was, or if there was like a really highly, you know, culturally, politically motivated message, even though they touched on a lot of those bases throughout the movie. Like, there was the whole, I'm sure it's been going around, kind of the a scene where a bunch of girls in the real world, they're all in like kind of drab clothing. There were a bunch of like snotty 14-year-olds or something. They're telling Barbie off about being kind of this, you know, capitalist stooge, and kind of being like an awful stereotype, and reinforce. You set women back 60 years or something, and it's like,
Yeah, but see, like, I feel you're correct. That scene exists, right? But I feel like the end result of that is the character that says that, realizing that like Barbie can be empowering, and that like it's not necessarily like you don't like a stereotype that you have to live up to. That there's
it's not
many
that
different
serious, bro.
He's literally, yeah. So like the thing is, like, I feel like I went in kind of being like obviously on high alert for like over the top fucking, you know, like super, you know, woke bullshit thing, and it wasn't. I didn't feel it was really there. I feel like if anything, that scene was meant to be a criticism of that like hyper woke, like any display of femininity is like an attack on women sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and then they like at the end are kind of like explaining like why that's not the case. And even when people are going like wild, there's like they keep on a monologue. It's America Ferrera has a scene where she talks about like the issues that women sort of face. So I was going like, yeah, but like none of these feel like particularly like over the top. Like, I mean, these all seem like pretty like, yeah, that probably is some shit that a lot of women go through. Like, this isn't like ridiculously, you know, sensitive or fucking hyper woke or shit. I was like, that's probably pretty fucking accurate to how a lot of girls feel. And then like the Ken shit was being like, you don't have to define yourself by the fucking car. It's Fight Club. It's literally, you are not the shit you own. You are not the girl you date. You are not the car you drive. Like, that is literally, she almost says that word for word in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is Fight Club. It's just like the same message. So like, I feel like it wasn't necessarily like you're right. Like, I was also looking for that same like level of like, oh Jesus Christ, it's fucking, super fucking hyper or some shit. But like, I don't think it was really there. I think it was pretty like fair, like overall, I thought, in terms of how
Yeah,
they were.
it was like, it was interestingly intelligent in the fact that they even go up to the point of completely mentioning like, oh, this is like, an invention of capitalism or whatever. And it's like, okay, so you've said it, now what are you gonna do with it? And they're like, actually, this is just like a teenage girl kind of being over dramatic and being kind of a little brat who
Yeah.
then has character development past that, which is like, huh, I didn't know we were doing that still. I thought that was just kind of the end message we were trying to get to every
Yeah.
single time.
Yeah, I feel like when I was watching it, I was like, this feels like every now and then I think that what happens is that like literally the boardroom forgets to look at the film before it gets put out, and and it just slips through the cracks, and it's accidentally good. Like,
I love
like,
that. I genuinely love that.
yeah, like that's what it felt like to me, where I was going like, this is actually pretty fucking decent. And I feel like that it's just because they didn't realize that like this was like the message, I guess. Even like there was the critiques of like the Mattel fucking CEOs and shit too, that I thought were pretty good. Like Will Ferrell plays the CEO of Mattel in the film, and there's like like you would imagine Mattel would want to be portrayed as super diverse and good and thinking, oh, but there's like a whole boardroom of men. And then Barbie very kind of innocuous comments like, is there like a woman that works here, or is like a female like CEO? And they're like, how dare you? Will Ferrell's like freaking out like, I love women, I am the son of a mother, I am the daughter of a brother. No, not that. And he's like going on with like how much experience he has like with women and shit, and and it's just like, yeah, like this is like clearly a knock on Mattel, like, but they didn't seem to mind it being in there. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I think it's very easy to just kind of go like, oh, all these movies are woke and they fucking hate men and shit and all thing. But like, I don't think if you actually watch the film that's really the case. I think that it was more so about like modern society and how different ways we treat men and women can be destructive to both sexes, and that there's not necessarily one way to be a man or a woman, which is kind of what I was taught growing up, was kind of being like, boys can play with Barbies, girls can play with GI Joes, like it's not a fucking like big deal. And then since then we seem to have gone back to a super fucking like binary thing of being like, oh, if you're a boy that plays with Barbies, it means you're actually trans. I mean, like, oh, you cut your dick off. And like,
what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like it seems to be more like I describe it as like a more classically liberal, I guess, like interpretation of like this shit, which is like what I was raised on. So it was more like inclined to be like, yeah, okay, this is fair,
There was also kind of a scene that a lot of people interestingly interpreted as like secretly very right-wing coded or like super based. Wait. I have to ask you guys, how does Ken take over Barbie Land? It's through jihad, right?
Yep, through jihad. Yep.
How did he achieve this? Through jihad. But so Barbie comes back to Barbie Land or whatever, and the Kens have taken over, and it's pretty nice what they've done with the place. Like,
oh, it's fucking sick, dude. There's monster trucks everywhere. They've got like all the girls are wearing maid outfits and bringing them beer all the time.
And the funniest thing is the women aren't like this oppressed. Like, they're not all like cowering and kind of hating life. They're fucking thrilled. They're like, I don't have to do shit. I was the president. Now I just bring the guys beer.
I don't even have to think anymore. This is great.
It's so fucking funny, and it's interesting because rather like there was a real cringe opportunity there for it to be like, they're like the slave class and they need to be liberated. Instead they're just like, nah, this is kind of nice actually, which for some women is true. They're like, yeah, I don't have a problem with like a more traditional kind of gender role
like,
setup.
I don't really want to fucking like think that hard about this. Just let them take care of it.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to work a fucking job and have a whole career and all that. I'm not really into that shit.
Yeah, like it's not like, yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, just yeah, exactly. I was supposed to bring the guys beer and like watch them play with monster trucks and shit. Like it's just funny. Like the like I thought it portrayed like a lot of different opinions and values and like lifestyles in a pretty accurate and like just generally good way. I don't know. I'm a full on Barbie defender. I think the Barbie was fucking good.
No, I agree. Honestly, I went in there with a shitty attitude. I went in there blazed off my fucking ass, ready to pass out during the movie with my lady, and I was like, I don't know what to expect during this, but what the fuck ever. And then like Ryan Gosling, I knew the Ryan Gosling scenes would like all of the Ken stuff would be funny because like I mean just from the trailers and shit, it looked good. But no, like the whole thing, I was like, you know what? I actually enjoy this. It was intelligent was the thing. I think
Yeah, like Ryan Gosling, I think also like of all like the actors out there, makes some of the best choices when it comes to line delivery. Like there's so many scenes where I could imagine the script and like what the line was meant to be like, and Ryan Gosling's interpretation of it is so wildly different. Like there's a scene where they do like a dance scene wherever he's trying to impress Barbie. He's like lying on the ground, like lying on his fist sort of pose, and then like this other Ken comes along and does like a backflip and shit. Like the Asian Ken like shows him up, and he's like, "What do you think of that, Ken?" And Ryan's lying there, and the line is just what, and you could see him being, you could imagine him doing it like, what? You know, they were, instead he just goes, what? Like really fucking angry, and he's like fucking like hyperventilating on the ground, like still holding the sexy pose, like, you know, like it's
the
just
male experience.
Yeah, or like he's standing on the beach and Barbie comes along, and his line is just "Hey Barbie," and instead of being like "Hey Barbie," he just goes, "Hey Barbie," and like waves at her like across the beach really excitedly and shit. Like he's just, his like line delivery and like decisions around it is so fucking funny.
I love Ryan Gosling.
Dude,
Just in general.
he is literally me.
He's literally me. He's like, he's yet to do a character that is not me. Like
new Ryan Gosling personality to download. I must go to the theater.
listen, I'm gonna be in fucking Tampa for Halloween. I am getting a fur coat and a bandana and fingerless gloves, and I am going to be Ken. I don't give a fuck.
You're gonna do
Tampa?
beach?
Like Florida?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there in like October and November.
That's awesome.
Someone should try and come stalk me. I'm gonna be in Tampa specifically. Come find me.
Here is the address of my hotel.
Here are my
room
coordinates.
If you kill me, you can take my.
If you kill me, you become one of the new hosts of the podcast.
You have to find Lucas and finish him with a ball peen hammer specifically.
I'm gonna give you my iPhone live location. Come get me. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be in Tampa for. I'm gonna be partying on a 130-foot yacht. It's gonna be sick. I
You're
can't
doing
wait.
another yacht party. What the
Doing
fuck is this
another
life?
yacht party,
What's the life?
motherfuckers! Another yacht party. I'm going. We've rented a cabana with a private chef for one day on the beach. It's gonna be fucking sick. We're going to the cigar bar after the fucking yacht on another day. It's gonna be fucking great. I cannot wait. I'm hyped.
Nathan, what the fuck are we doing? We need to step it up.
I don't know. That sounds kind of stressful. Like I unironically.
It's really easy. You just got to work for 16 hours a day and never sleep. It fucking rules.
Oh well, shit. Okay.
I actually think I would not like that. I like my rural Idaho life.
Y'all need to get in on the Indian slave method, boys. It's great. You just gotta. It's just in Indian arbitrage. You just get Indians to do everything for you and fucking take all the money. I'm not joking. I had a call today with the guys about opening up a call center. I'm literally about to do a fucking Indian call center. It's going to be in Belize. Is actually the plan.
You're gonna have some guy on the other end like, "Hello, this is Lucas speaking."
Yeah, straight up. I was like talking to the dude. And I was like, all right, like I don't want to come across like fucking offensive here, but like, are they going to sound super Indian? And he was just like, no, like we got guys from like Belize and shit. And I was like, all right, sick. But yeah,
that is
no,
so
it's
fucking funny.
yeah.
Belize, isn't that where what's his face? John McAfee went?
Yeah, R.I.P. the
Yeah.
goat. Yeah, no, dude, I forgot the other day that I have like John McAfee like DM'd me like not long ago. He DM'd me out of the fucking like blue, like
Yeah,
John
I remember
McAfee.
when you were talking to him before he, got arrested and killed himself.
Yeah, when he was still alive,
Killed
obviously.
himself in quotes.
Before the government killed him.
I
Yes.
wrote an article at him. He retweeted it. He DMs me, and he's like, "Big fan of your work." And I was in the gym, like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" I was like, "This is insane."
Imagine
Well,
if we got John McAfee on this podcast. Ugh.
He used to do podcasts all the time. Like he's been on
Yeah.
tons of podcasts I listen to. He was
Well,
on Matt and
so
Shane's secret podcast.
I was telling you guys about this because we were discussing John McAfee because you were sharing the screenshots of the DMs and stuff, and we had on the first podcast I worked on, the E-Militia podcast, we had an opportunity to interview him, but this was while he was on the run and also running for president. So he was on the run with his wife. Is it Janice McAfee?
Yeah.
They were on the run and he was running for president, and he wanted like kind of collateral. Because we were all anonymous, like all the hosts of the show were anonymous, and so he wanted it on camera. He wanted he himself wanted to have recordings of it, and I think he wanted like full names of all the hosts, and we were like, the hosts don't even know each other's full names.
Yeah.
This was like back in the day when we were super paranoid, and we're like, I really want to interview this guy, but it's not really worth it to us at this point. And sure enough, now we'll never get the fucking chance. R.I.P.
R.I.P. the GOAT, man. I miss him every day. Genuinely, he was the fucking best, dude. He's just an absolute like one thing you have to say is like he lives his life on his terms. He did not give a fuck, you know. Like he just like whatever the fuck. Either he killed a few motherfuckers, whatever he did, you know. Like he's still base as shit,
Dude. Well, I mean, those alleged killings, if they were him, they were in response to someone poisoning his dogs, right?
yeah. So in which case he's just John Wick. Like it's fine.
Yeah, get fucked.
Yeah.
If someone
Like,
poisoned my dog, I will say this on the air. This is a legal threat. If someone killed my dog, and legally you can use this against me in court. I
Please, Nathan, no.
I am 100% serious. I will
tickle
you in a shipping container for several weeks.
I would make Columbine look like a fucking day out for the kids. Like I would
tickle
everyone.
I would
tickle
fucking everyone. I would save you for last, and it's going to be pliers.
Bloodlines would
It's
be
going to
ended.
take weeks.
I will spend like 3 years studying like different like medical shit just so I can keep you alive long enough to keep
tickling
you. Like that's like,
Actually,
Or disappear in the mountains of Asia and figure out all sorts of new martial arts to kick your ass with. Prior to
I will
tickling.
learn
the death.
pressure point shit from Buddhist monks.
Go and do some Raj Al Ghul bullshit in the mountains.
like I'm going to order half of the McMaster car catalog just to insert into your body with power tools.
So basically, Art and War stands by this. John McAfee did nothing wrong.
John
Allegedly.
I
McAfee
also
did
read a
nothing
thing
wrong.
recently.
If you
Apparently
fuck
there's
with my
a-
dog, I'll
tickle
you.
apparently there's a high likelihood he also killed his dad when he was like 15 because his dad was like extremely abusive, and I was like also based.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, like,
it was like also the exact same situation as the guy that killed his dog. His dad was just found dead with like shotgun wounds that no one knew what happened.
like, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, it's like it's wild to do it twice. Like,
Dude, did you? There was some dumb fucking Netflix documentary on him that basically
Oh,
implied
yeah.
that he
Gringo.
faked- yeah, that faked his death at the end. Like implied that he faked his death, right?
yeah. I mean,
what are your
I mean,
opinions on that?
I'll be honest. I agree. The documentary was kind of dumb, but also it is the exact type of thing John McAfee would do. Like,
That's
Pooping on.
I mean,
hookers?
he used to fake heart attacks all the time. Like,
that's true. Yeah, to get out of shit.
to get
which
out of
is
jail and
genius.
shit. They'd be transporting him to jail, and he'd be like, ah, in the back of the truck, and he'd get me to a hospital, and then he'd be like in the hospital, and his wife would just pick his fucking like handcuff locks, and he'd jump out the window. Like, you know, like
Fucking legend.
the dude ruled. Like dudes rock,
Yeah.
literally just dudes rock. Like,
I think like the best introduction to John McAfee is like look up the video that he put out on how to uninstall McAfee antivirus.
yeah,
where he just like does a ton of bath salts and then shoots it with a gun.
yeah, it's fucking based. Like
Yeah.
he was just the coolest dude. Like again, unfortunately, some dudes just rock. Like no
Yeah.
matter what you think of them,
It's
just,
like I want I want a rich people fighting game. No, I want it to happen in real life, but we'll never get it because Elon Musk is a pussy. But I want a game where you like basically just reskinned Mortal Kombat, where you have like Jeff Bezos fights
there's
Bill
definitely a
Gates,
mod.
or like
Just
Gwyneth Paltrow
definitely.
fights John McAfee. I would pay I would fucking pay-per-view any of those fights, but I would settle for like a Mortal Kombat mod.
I'm googling. I'm on Nexus Mods right now, looking at Mortal Kombat to see what they have. I guarantee that there is like at least a few character ones of like fucking like Bezos and shit. Fucking
Yeah, I just wanted to see like turbo jacked Jeff Bezos pull off Bill Gates' head.
I'm not gonna lie. I for years was I've said that when the eventual tech wars begin, I will be on fighting for the Amazon army under based Bezos. But I'm starting to lean towards glory to Meta, following all this shit. And
those are two very unpopular choices right there. That's some.
dude, none of them are good choices. Like I mean,
Yeah,
like the only benefit of
who's
Bezos
a
one
good
is
tech billionaire.
Yeah, the only benefit of Bezos one is he's got like mandatory steroids for everyone in the army, which is kind of cool. But like this is what I'm imagining in my head. But like Zuck will probably give you some sort of fucking like AI fucking glasses or some shit, and like you just download the information. Zuck could be like you like just download the combat fighting styles of your opponent immediately into your brain, and like they're also like their social security number and every detail about their life, and you can just physically and emotionally devastate them. Elon Musk will give you Neuralink, but it'll like blow out the side of your head the minute you try to do anything.
You'll just be another dead monkey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll start pulling your own fingers off and shit. But yeah, no, it's you are right. It's like it's wild just how like fucking like that is like our basically like royalty now is just like random billionaires.
And I want to see them fight.
Yeah,
I want to see them like fight to the death.
Are there any good like emerging billionaire like I when I say good, I mean relatively like it would be a better way to be a tech slave too, you know?
I remember the one that I thought seemed cool and it turned out he was terrible was there was a dude that was like he put every single employee in his company on like $100K a year or some shit, and he like cut like their like companies like profit massively to do it, and he was going on about like how much better the company's running as a result, and then it turned out that he like raped a bunch of women. I was like, oh
yeah.
Great,
okay, there it is.
Yeah, I was like, that tracks, that sounds about right. Like,
that was just a hush payment to the whole fucking company.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was like every time one of them comes out that seems kind of cool, there's some heinous shit just comes out like a week later.
Yeah, so, I mean that should be accepted as a given, basically.
I think I personally know a few cool millionaires, but when you're talking about like billionaires, I think it goes to a whole fucking other level.
Some people have died to make you a billionaire. That's like kind of a rule almost.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're definitely working the Pakistanis too hard, like 100%. A few of them have died in your sweatshop. I will say, of all of them, I think the one I'd be least to be surprised to find out that like they killed someone would be Zuckerberg. I feel like Zuckerberg probably hunted people at some point.
The most dangerous game.
Like Zuckerberg definitely goes around like sparring homeless people at 2 a.m. You know, like, but it's not illegal if you call it sparring. But
you know what?
That's the thing. I think mutual combat should be legal. As in, like, same. To the death.
I think you should be legally allowed to duel people. Like, if you've got two consenting adults, you should be able to find a field and shoot each other to death.
Yep.
I think it's criminal and un-American that we can't do that.
I think
Presidents have done that in the past, and us, the common man, doesn't have the fucking privilege. Really?
I think that should be. We should at some point when one of you becomes a naturalized citizen, you should run for president on that exact platform.
I'm a citizen.
Yeah.
There you go, BR. That's your
Let's go.
Thing. Duels are cool is your literal entire fucking slogan. Like, that's it.
Let's go. I'm make America duel again.
Make America duel again. Bring back the like white glove challenge slap. Like,
no debates. I will just fight you with a pistol with one in the chamber on stage in front of a live studio audience.
On stage, like fucking like you got like your opponent being like, you know, and I just believe it's un-American. And you just take out a fucking Glock, just bang.
Suck a dick.
Go dueled, bitch.
I think
the guy was dumb.
Yeah, he was a faggot.
Where like if you kill the leader, you become the leader.
I think this country would be much better off if that's how we did things.
Same.
I'll never stop saying it, but I still think one of the funniest jokes of all time was Shane Gillis talking about like fucking how Trump just dominated the debates, just being like, you know, he had like this like senator from Arkansas up there being like, I believe in guns, God, and freedom, and other guys like, you know, like I believe in like a free like, you know, religion and the American way, and just Trump gets him, he's like, they're both gay. You know, like, and everyone's just like, oh my god, you can do that? Holy shit.
That's so fucking funny.
I can't take credit for Shane Gillis. I'm going to see Shane Gillis next Friday, and I'm very excited. I think Shane is absolutely fucking incredible and easily one of the funniest comedians out there at the moment. He has sold out 3 nights in a row at a massive fucking venue here in Dublin. He is like super popular here now.
That dude is very Irish speed in terms of sense of humor.
Well, he's like his family is like fucking like retarded Irish people that moved to America years ago. So like his like it tracks, you know. He's got the same sort of fucking like general like sense of humor and fucking like retardation ability. So like he just tracks really fucking well with it. But yeah, I'm very excited to see him live. I saw him live last year, and literally like he opened his set with like he's clearly been on a 3-day bender. His hair is fucked and thing and all, and he just goes, so what's the deal? You guys just don't have like fucking like age limits here in the bars? Like, it was like, I'm looking around the bars and there's something with like sexy 16-year-olds everywhere. He's like, I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, look, staring at a girl across the bar, drunk as shit. Like, she's perfect. And they're like, Shane, she's 12.
Oh,
Like that's what he opened with, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much Ireland. Like you can, like, again, our drinking age is 18 here, and half the 18-year-olds look like they're 15. So like it's insane. Like I was
Yeah,
going to
that-
bars when I was like 16. Like no one just questioned me because I
oh,
looked like
for
25.
sure, dude. Out in the fucking villages and stuff, like I'd go to a local pub, and then it'd be my 16-year-old friends behind the bar serving me.
Yeah,
Like that's just how it is.
my buddy Andy, like his family own a pub. He's working in pubs since he was like 16. Like fucking,
Yeah.
like just the way it is. Like, but like no one gives a fuck. But like it's wild. Then when you see Americans being like, they wait till they're fucking 21 to start drinking heavily, and
Dude,
they're just like,
I was about done with drinking by the time I was 21. I was like,
Yeah, same.
same. Like yeah, like they're like, bro, I was so fucked up last night. I had like 4 Bud Lights, and it's like, are you fucking joking me, man? That's like a fucking like average morning in Ireland. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
that's how I wake up, dude.
yeah, like straight up. Like, but like even like me, who like I've never been a big drinker, I've realized just how much more I can drink than most of my American friends is wild. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, shot show, Nathan. Shot show.
Shot show. People shoving like beer and whiskey and cokes into my hand. That's how I got gout. Well, I'm sure I had gout, but that's how
if
I
you
found
see
out
me
I had
at any event, everyone just please just give me nothing but Jack Daniels and Coke Zero, and I will love you forever. I will take down your name, just read out a list of your names on the podcast, and tell you how much I love you.
gout.
Fuck yes.
Speaking of, first, Lucas, you vandalized the fuck out of our Twitter. Holy shit! I got messages about that for like a
Oh.
week. I didn't even realize that was happening until I get a message, like a text from a local person. Like, "Oh, you're posting
Dude,
really gay
just
shit right
exactly
now."
what I was saying, dude. I'm like just a walking brand risk. Like
Yeah.
literally, like my favorite thing was how many people thought it was Paige. Like Paige got like so many people being like, "Oh, this is definitely Paige," and I'm like, "I am so sorry, Paige." Like, this
What was
is
that?
awful.
What was that fucking meme? Because this was like a day or two after the
Hold on.
controversy around the Weapon Outfitters post. Like people were like, "Oh, degeneracy, blah blah blah," being crybabies about that. And then over on the fucking Twitter, Lucas posts like something way more
Hold on,
heinous.
let me
Yeah.
find it. Hold on, let me find it. I want to read out the exact tweet. And my favorite was my emojis. I put sparkle emoji, the like blushing emoji, and then the fingernail painting emoji. And it was a meme of like a pink-haired anime girl, and it says, "Women when I send them a video of their cute boyfriend bouncing on my dick and moaning like a girl."
I was like, "Oh my god."
By
You
every
said, like,
advertiser that's ever, hello, we are Cumtown now.
Yeah.
Like I this is like this is especially like, what are you doing on Twitter? 3 advertisers have messaged me, and I go to the comments, and it's just people doing polls, being like, who do you think it is, Lucas or Paige? And all the likes are
I
Paige.
saw that Arsenal 616. He's going to come on at some point. Yeah, no, it seems very on brand for Paige, but like from a macros perspective, very on brand for you.
Yeah, like I mean, just like again, I just like the funniest thing possible to me is just the most inappropriate thing you could possibly post. So I was just like, this is hilarious. This would be fucking great. And then
Speaking
it was
of, and
not
we
great.
haven't really talked about this in a little while. Did you see there's a new Down syndrome dating show, like specifically Down
Yes.
syndrome?
No. So if you're on Twitter, you'd know because I saw someone posting about this, and so I immediately tagged Luke because I'm like, "Have you seen this?"
I'm like, I'm on episode 3.
Yeah, I was like, what's it called?
It's like Down with Love or some shit, dude. Like it's like
Dude.
it's hold on, Netflix Down syndrome. Yeah, Down for Love. It is like that is the most wildly offensive title you could name that.
Down
Like
for love.
Down for Love. Like it's wild.
My favorite thing about these shows is they are the perfect thing for a couple because the lady will be like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I'm so
The
glad
guy's just
they're
like
doing this." This
he's
is-
having a hernia
just-
in the corner, like, trying not to laugh and ruin his
Dude.
relationship. Like,
Dude, like years ago, my sister and my mum would be like watching these shows, like fucking what is it? What was the original one? The Channel 4 one.
oh, the Undateables.
The
Dude,
Undateables.
oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've said this before. I showed Nathan. I told Nathan about the Undateables the first time I was visiting Canada, and he fully did not believe me that it existed. He's like, "There's no way." He's like, "There's no way," and I was like, "I am telling you." And I showed him the one that someone overlays the Oblivion soundtrack over the guy meeting the girl for the first time. He's like, hello, it is very nice to meet you.
It
It
appears we
seems
both have autism.
autism." Yeah, and she's like, "I believe so." And it's just like the Oblivion music over it. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, I showed a few episodes to Nathan, and Nathan was like, "I cannot believe they got away with this." And I was like, "Not only that, this is a genre."
Genius.
It's
genius. Because someone high up at Channel 4 was because for anyone who doesn't know, Channel 4 is kind of like, you know, we've got BBC, which is just your basic propaganda programming and all that kind of bullshit, and then
Is
Channel
Channel
4
4
is
government funded?
probably, I'm sure in part because it's one of the main channels, but it's kind of like a little bit edgier, but it's also like very progressive. Like they'll have ad spots that are like just Channel 4, not advertising anything that are like LGBT or whatever the hell else.
Yeah, they always do they do more like late night bullshit stuff as well. That's like clearly meant to just like be like outrageous and shit
Yeah.
in a good way.
And so like in line with that kind of brand, some fucking lad who was an absolute genius was like, you know what we could fucking put on TV, guys? Like a
You know what I think
dating
it was?
show.
There was a another show that was like it was a group of people with disabilities that were in a they all lived in a house together, and it won like a bunch of awards. And I am almost sure that that was the influence for the Undateables, was them being like, "That fucking did great. Why don't we do that again?" It's like,
Well, and
but
like here's the thing, like it is very fucking funny,
oh,
but
it's so
it genuinely it is like kind of heartfelt and sweet sometimes.
no, it is.
Like,
It actually is. It like genuinely. I'm not joking. Like I think it genuinely is like it's like super like it's dealt with in like a very compassionate sort of way. Is like the way I would describe it.
It's not just like I don't know, fucking some kind of prank show where you're kind of like laughing at these guys. Like it is very funny because they say some off the wall shit, but like it's humanizing, I guess. Kind
Yeah,
of
like you do genuinely empathize with them, and like a lot of them are like, you're like, oh, they really are just like looking for like love and the connection like everyone else, and like how tough it must be to do that while also dealing with like a disability like this and the stigma that comes with that. There's like there's the only time it gets weird is when I think there's like a clear disparity in the like
like
like the level of disability.
yeah.
Like,
Someone
there's
with like a
mentioned that
slight
before,
learning
like-
disability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
like there
the
was
guy
that there
who's,
was
like a little bit Asperger's, dating a girl who's
With-
like basically nonverbal.
yeah, there's like there was that love on the spectrum. There was a guy that had like Asperger's with a girl who was full blown Down syndrome, and I was like, this has to be illegal, bro. This has to be illegal. There's no way.
And that's where it gets into fucked up territory because you know the guy with Asperger's is like at any second could say something like horrible to the person with Down syndrome.
Yeah, like it's fucking wild. But like it like I thought the Undateables dealt with it mostly in a pretty fucking like
Yeah,
acceptable sort of way. Like it was pretty handled pretty well.
Humane.
Humane sort of way. But like it's just so fucking funny, dude. Like it's like I as you said, like the new like Down syndrome dating one or whatever is literally just like it's a perfect show to watch with your girlfriend, where you can be like, oh yeah, we should watch this, it's very sweet, and you will be trying not to cry laughing while your girlfriend is like, this is adorable, and you're like in the corner like
See, my lady listens to like every other episode of this, so I'm really hoping she doesn't listen to this one because I'm absolutely gonna try and watch that just because I haven't watched like Undateables or anything like that in years.
oh, dude, you gotta watch it with her. Like,
I miss that content. It's something
so
else.
funny, dude.
I
It's so
have a
funny,
bit of
yeah.
an embargo against reality television, but I might break it for this.
It's
I
worth it.
generally do, but like this stuff is so fucking.
I'm
off
the
the
opposite.
wall
I
that it-
fucking love that shit because I get to turn my brain off and just fucking chill watching like 90 Day Fiance and the most bullshit fucking stuff ever made. But I would highly, Nathan, if you do decide to break it for the Undateables. The Undateables is, I think, by far the best one. Love in the Spectrum is pretty fucking close, but the Undateables is like a whole other level. Like, because there's like different levels of like fucking disabilities and shit on it that just make it so fucking funny, dude. Like, it's hilarious. But yeah, no, I loved this new one. I'm only 3 episodes in. It's definitely more what's the word, like there's not as much blatant comedy, I guess, versus some of
Well,
the others.
it's American, right?
Yeah.
So
Or sorry,
that's
no,
the
sorry, it's New Zealand.
oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Now, there is one dude on it who has a full-blown Jamaican accent for some reason, and he fucking kills me every time. I don't know why. He's got, like, he speaks like Chet Hanks. Like, it's hilarious. He just does, like, patois constantly. And he's just got Down syndrome. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is he like a white guy?
No, yeah, he's a white guy. He's a white dude.
That's hilarious.
White Down syndrome dude that's just, like, speaking in full-on Jamaican patois is incredible. But yeah, like there's a lot of characters like that, but like overall so far it's largely just the ones that are just like, they really are just people that happen to have Down syndrome that are looking for like a relationship, so it's not like super hilarious. But
well, that's the thing, because like Undateables and Love on the Spectrum isn't meant to be, but I feel like just the editing style of Brits managing that, they're like, this is like wholesome and stuff, but this is also funny as shit.
There's
like, leave that bit in.
Not one. It was called like Our House or some shit. It won like an award or something. But it was like it was basically like one of these like homes where they like there's a bunch of like Down syndrome people living together, and they have like a carer that comes in, but they're like independent living sort of thing. And there is an episode where they take them on holiday, and they take them to Thailand. I won't say just Thailand. And there's all these like flyers being handed out, and one of them is for like what is very clearly a ladyboy show, right? And one of the guys is like,
I've seen
one of the guys like, sexy ladies, and they're like, they're not ladies, and he's like, they're ladies. And he's like, he really wants to go, and this is like 25s. They're like, fucking, I suppose, I guess, like they're not ladies, and he's like, okay, like he clearly thinks he knows better, and like he goes and gets like flowers to bring with them to bring to them, and then they go and sit down. He's like, oh, like all excited, and then they come out, and like he's like, and then their cocks come out, and he's just like. Oh. And his face just drops. They're like, we told you. Like, it is the funniest shit I have ever seen in my entire life.
Imagine trying to explain ladyboys to someone with Down syndrome.
They do not get it, but like it is incredible just to watch them like learn in real time. Like it is fucking incredible. But yeah, there's a lot. I don't know why it seems exclusively British or Australian to do this. Like where they just are like, let's get a bunch of disabled people and laugh at them for like the next hour.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of our thing.
Yeah. But it's pretty based. I enjoy it. It's just odd that it's like now a whole genre. Like Love on the Spectrum has got some of the funniest moments ever. My favorite like silent moment in that is like there's one dude in Love on the Spectrum who's super into like history, and he's meeting his like this girl he's seeing his parents, and they're all like talking and stuff, and one of them goes like, oh we went to visit like Auschwitz last year, and this motherfucker's eyes light up. And I was like, oh no, I know his special interest. And like, he just goes off on one. He knows every fucking date. And I was like, no one asked him why he's this interested or like what side he knows the most about. It's incredible. It's so good. But yeah, no, there's a lot of great shows out there. But I need to watch more of this Down for Love thing. It's pretty incredible.
How many episodes do they give you?
Hold on, I'll see now. I don't actually know. I just started watching last. Nathan texted me 2 days ago, and I was just like, "Well, I'm putting this on right now." Like,
had you heard of it before I texted you about that?
I think someone had mentioned it, but I hadn't looked it up. And then you were like, "It's Down syndrome love show." I was like, "I'm fucking in." There's 5 episodes.
Damn. All right, we'll work with it.
You like Nathan? Seriously, I'm just trust me. Like, actually, you know what? Start with Love on the Spectrum because it's only 2 seasons. The Undateables has like 5 or 6 or some shit, but Love on the Spectrum is fucking incredible. My favorite one of my favorite guys was Kevin. Kevin was like this Asian like autistic guy, and his mother wasn't around, and his dad was like taking care of him and stuff. And they have this woman who's like incredible at her job. Her job is to help people with disabilities like fucking like navigate relationships and shit. And they like she comes in to like talk to him. They're sitting at this like table, and they're like, the father's there with Kevin, the autistic kid, and she's like, "Well, Kevin, why is it that you'd like to have a girlfriend?" And he's just like staring at the table, just breathing heavy, just. And then his dad's like, "To give hug and kisses." He's like, "Yes." Yes, like, straight away.
Oh god,
Like,
oh god, he's gonna break a fucking neck.
yeah, he's gonna break her in two. Oh fuck! Like, but it's this is like a lot of shit like that, like throughout it. It's fucking great. But it's oh, Nathan's dog is here. But
Puppers.
yeah, I highly suggest Love on the Spectrum. That should be. There's the episode where they go to a fucking Renaissance fair is like pure cinema. Like, it's incredible. Like, it's so fucking good. But yeah, there's the dude that goes to it has got a collection of antique canes and shit. Like, he's exactly what you expect. Whereas this guy that just turns
that's a
up
much
on the
safer special interest.
there's a guy that just turns up on like the first time you meet him. He's just in the background, got like the largest fucking Lego sculptures you've ever seen, and I was like, of course. Like, he's built a working grandfather clock out of Kinects, and you're just like, this is incredible. Like,
Fuck.
but yeah, Nathan, you got to watch these. You would really enjoy them.
You know, I might just. I might like. I've been watching a lot of just bullshit. I think like the next thing you suggested a while ago, and I've been thinking about it basically rent free. For when I finished Avatar, and I just finished Avatar, the Chris Chan documentary.
Okay,
Like,
it's great, but the problem is that it's 60. There's 60 parts to it, and they're all 3 hours long.
Oh my god, what?
Wait, what?
I'm not joking. Chris Chan is the most documented person
That's
on the
like
planet.
One Piece.
It's hold on.
It's more than
What's his name
Naruto.
again? Genos is the dude.
How do you have
This
that
is-
much content about one person? That's like a human life.
Geno Samuel. So I'm not joking. If he says this is a joke, it's actually true. Chris Chan is the most documented human in history. We have like every single detail about his life from his birth to like the current thing. And like, so there's a new part 78 of Chris Chan, A Comprehensive History, was published 5 days ago. It's 45 minutes long.
Oh
And
my god.
there is literally like there's some of them range from like about 2 hours up to like somewhere 45 minutes, but they are literally the most in-depth like study of a person I've ever seen. Now, Turkey Tom is another YouTuber that I highly suggest people check out, who has a 3-hour documentary on Chris Chan, like it like summarized, and it's very good. I would suggest checking that out if you want like the summary of Chris Chan. But there is something incredibly like cathartic about just putting on Chris Chan's A Comprehensive History Part 34 in the background while you're doing
Oh, fuck.
something, and just listening to this dude like tell stories about shit Chris Chan was doing. And like it's one of those things that like you cannot explain to anyone in the real world. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. But you're like, there's a fucking autistic guy, and like he made fucking like Sonichu, and he's got a medallion, and then there's the Liquid Chris saga, and then there's like the Pickle Man saga, and then like there's the time that he got like the most recent one being like he got convinced by like the daughter of an actual CIA director to fuck his mother, and like it's just insane the levels to this shit, like how deep it goes. That my favorite, I think, Chris Chan arc was when he decided to pretend that that Chris Chan was a character and that he was normal, and he was really good at acting normal. He was like, my name's actually Dave. I'm a plumber. Like, I don't do any of this shit. Like, this is all like, you all been trolled. And he comes across legitimately normal for like about like 20 minutes, and then he just slips. Someone was like, there's a guy that called Liquid Chris that pretended to be the real Christian Weston Chandler, and he made like a medallion like him and wore like clothes like him, and would do videos in his voice being like, he's an imposter, I'm actually the real Chris Chan. And Chris is like, no, you're not, like losing his mind over this. And then he was like, so he's like, my way out of this is pretending that Chris Chan was a character and that I was pretending the entire time. And then the minute he did that, like, Chris is like, see, I told you, I am the true Chris Chan. He's like, do you not know the real Chris Chan? And then fucking like lost his mind again and just completely broke character again. Like, it's hilarious. But like there's like a clear point, I would say, around episode 35 of the documentary
Oh my god.
No,
where it starts going downhill, where it
content about this man. How did you even see
I have
that?
watched all of this. Like
There's like more hours on this dude than Hitler. What the fuck?
legit. So like around episode 35 is when it starts going really downhill, where you're like, oh, he's like is cutting open his taint to try and make a vagina because he's decided he's trans and it gets infected and he has to go to the hospital, and like he's wearing sports bras in public and getting assaulted again because he's attacking people, and like it just goes, you're like, you get sad. But like up until then it's a pretty fun ride.
It's not sad until then.
There's also like the so like one of the most awful but funny things was when they like have a girl pretend to be his girlfriend, and this was all a setup so they could have this girl meet Christian in public for a date, and then they had a guy in a pickle costume who was one of the trolls been tormenting for years walk up and steal the girl in front of him. When Chris goes on and makes a dead serious video being like, that goddamn pickle man stole her right out in front of me. You're like, oh my god. Like, it's just ridiculous. But the Christian documentary, watch the Turkey Tom one because it's only 3 hours. Only 3 hours. Is very, very good. It's 3 hours and 8 minutes. Here's the Turkey Tom one
That you will never get back of your life.
Yeah, but you'll be so much better for it.
back.
You'll
I
be
don't
so
think
much
I
more
will.
cultured and like educated at the end of it. Like,
I'm gonna put the link in the description, but I highly encourage none of you to click it.
I highly encourage you to. It's great. Or just watch like part 30 of the
Just watch
documentary where
Riccio.
Christian does
Like,
full on
ignore
blackface.
everything that Lucas is saying right now and watch the Ballad of Riccio.
Watch that too. Wait, no, don't watch it. Wait until we release our watch along party where you can watch it with us.
Yes. Okay, that also works.
Christian did like a do you remember Mr. Poe from Dragon Ball Z? He did a cosplay of him and he just was full on gollywog blackface with like a black face and red lips, and it's like
no.
it's like one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life. But like listening to like a 45-minute documentary of a dude calling Christian pretending to be the CEO of Sega saying they want to option the rights to Sonichu is like one of the and Chris fully believing it, and then his father getting on the phone being like, who is this, what are you saying to my son, and him being like, I'm the CEO of Sega, and his dad being like, all right, is like the funniest thing I have ever heard. Like, it is actually incredible. I highly suggest everyone just like once in your life go down the Christian rabbit hole. You will be the better for it.
I don't really see
don't
any
think I'm going
evidence
to
to
do
support
that.
that claim.
Like, I'm already nihilistic enough without seeing the entire like internet, just tens of thousands of people come together to bully just this like one autistic gullible
No,
kid.
I want to make a
As funny
point.
as it is.
There's definitely near the beginning it starts out as bullying. I would say around episode 10, Chris deserves every bad thing that happens to him ever. He is like the worst person in the fucking world, dude. Like, he is awful. He fucked his own mother, dude. Like, he deserves to die. Like, he is awful. But there's like it's like you can see like a clear point near the beginning where you're like, if he just didn't have the parents he had, he probably would have been fine. He would have been like working at Walmart and just been like just a normal like Sonic autist that just like loves like fucking watching cartoons. But he just ended up like he got unlimited access to the internet back when the internet was in its like early fucking stages, and like like 4chan got a hold of him, and like his life is just spiraled as a result. But he is a terrible person, so I don't feel too bad for him. Like, there was also the time he hit the owner of a local game store with his car because Chris tried to color in Sonic's arms in the cutout because they changed the color to Sonic's arms, got removed from the premises, waited for the owner to come out and hit him with his fucking car. Like,
Based.
he is based at times for sure, but like like I would just like, you will feel so much better about your own life. I'm telling you right now, like nothing can make you feel better than watching Christian just like go on about like his non-existent girlfriend Julie, who was actually a 13-year-old boy with a very high-pitched voice pretending to be a girl, and Chris is believing it, and then the guy being like, I was lying all along, I'm a boy, you're a fucking idiot thing, and Chris is going, well, all right, just like moving on immediately after being like in love with this girl and drinking his own semen on camera for her and like all this shit. Yeah,
I'm going to kill myself.
he mixed it with Fanta. He mixed it with Fanta to help with the taste.
No matter how
Lucas-
bad my life ever becomes, I can think of this man existing. And
There's my brain is filled. Like, I should know math. Like, I should know like like how to like divide in my head and shit. And
I'm
instead, I
sitting
just
a
know
half
that Christian
hour.
mixed Fanta with Coleman drank it. Like, that's like all I know. Like,
I mean, that's as good a spot as any to end the show.
yeah.
6.5 hours of content about this man.
He's the most documented human in history. We have like his like grade school report cards, dude. We have like everything about this man. Like, it is wild how much detail there is out there. Like, there's like there's like his entire family tree is like posted on a wiki dedicated to Chris Chan. Like,
I wonder what archaeologists in 2,000 years are going to think about all of this.
probably that like this is like the most important man in history. Like, there's probably no one that has had this much detail about him,
No.
like, ever.
And it's like open source. It's all
Yeah,
open
like
source.
it's wild. Like, hold on, I'm gonna find where's the Chris Chan wiki, the Quickville. Oh yeah, sonachu.com/quickie. There you go. It has all his comics. It has like all his art. It has the premier encyclopedia on the lol cow Chris Chan, author of Sonachu, controversial YouTube personality, transgender goddess, and motherfucker. Literally, observe Christry, don't make Christry. You only observe, you never intervene. My favorite is that he's a real life cryptid. Like, there's people just post like blurry photos of him in Walmart and be like, I saw Chris today. And like they just have like live tracking of Chris at all times. Everyone knows where he is all the fucking time.
Is he still in jail?
No, he's out. He was spotted in Walmart the other day. He was released on bail. But there is an order in place to prevent him from contacting his mother, and she's in a home, I believe, now. And I don't know how he's surviving, to be honest, because I don't believe he has much money. The moderator, the admin of Kiwi Farms did a lot to help Chris, and Chris has completely fucked him over repeatedly. Like, he actually got Chris like money by like getting the people that wanted commissions from him for like Sonachu art and shit like that, and helping him manage that and like do that. And Chris would just take the money and not do anything with it. And then he'd be like, I need money for food, I can't afford food. And the next day he'd post like 20 new anime figures he bought on Amazon, and everyone's like, God damn it, Chris. Like, this is just the entire fucking like life cycle of Chris. But there's like the quickie is pretty fucking detailed. It's got like a daily it's got this day in Christry in 2008. Chris lead discussion of his parents' names and home address from Encyclopedia Dramatica. Then there's like, it has been 13 days since Chris is last spotted, 749 days since Chris has posted on social media. We highly advise against seeking out Chris in any way. Current updates, 17th of August on Twitter, Chris likes 4 more tweets, one of them being a My Little Pony bisexual OC. 16th of August on Twitter, Chris likes 2 tweets about My Little Pony and G Fuel. Hours later, he likes several more, including fan art by Helena Forenza about him being back online. Like, we have live updates on Chris at all fucking times. Like,
I feel like I have wasted part of my life listening to the explanation of how other people.
Dude, how do you think I feel? Dude, I was like 13 when I discovered Chris Chan, dude. I am irreparably damaged. Like,
that's part of the reason I'm going to nip this in the bud, as we are coming up on 2 hours and I have not eaten today.
Everyone go to sonachu.com/CWCKI and go read the Chris Chan wiki.
The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. They have greatly increased the life expectancy of those who live in advanced countries, but they have destabilized society, have made life unfulfilling, have subjected human beings to indignities. Chris Chan. Have led to widespread psychological suffering. All of us knowing about Chris Chan. You get the rest. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. to whatever the fuck this episode was.
This was pure
Schizocast. Was right. I feel dumber now knowing that this man is, but I was actually thinking of diving the documentary series. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I think I'm just going to kill myself instead.
I would
Same, buddy. Same.
I'm telling you, just watch the Turkey Tom 3-hour one. It's not that bad.
No.
Nah, buddy. All right.
Okay.
Any last notes?
One of these days, I'm going to do like a live kick stream where people can log on and watch the Turkey Tom documentary with me in real time and ask me about ask me about Chris lore. That's going to be the next C. Bernhardt live stream.
You're gonna be like that fucking British ass who just put himself in like a little box above the streets for fucking days, except it's just gonna be you trapped in a room like malnourished watching the whole Chris Chan documentary on live stream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh
like when I should be working, just talking about Chris Chan again. It's
like
again, this stuff just like if you're too young, this stuff just like it latches onto a part of your brain, and then you're just fucked up forever.
Yeah.
Seek
Okay.
help.
Closing notes. Art and War meetup at Advanced Warfighting Solutions in a few weeks. Date TBD. Early September.
Probably,
Shot
probably
show.
announced. Yeah,
Huh?
well,
We'll go to
that's
Shot
ages
Show.
away.
Yeah, and Pew Peeps.
Yes.
I will
all
definitely be at Pew
happening.
Peeps. That is fully planned out. I'm going to be there. So if you want to see my Irish ass in the flesh, I will definitely be there. Come say hi.
Yes.
And track me down in Tampa, kill me, and take my post as the host here on Schizocast.
Take a skit from in the basement.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at there.
clean your local range, respect nature. This is dad advice. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go.
Dad advice: watch every single part of the Gino Samuel 675 part series on Chris Chan. You will be better for it.
Dad advice: go outside, touch grass, don't do any of that.
Revamped dad advice. Listen to BR. Right.
Right.
Thank you again. Clean your local range. Respect nature. Okay, bye.